new to the run, so we're going to see how that goes for him. Sylverfyre, I think, is going to be the interesting one. I think that will be perhaps the race that could be a bit of a cheeky upset there. Sylverfyre is quite an astute gentleman, really kind of good at kind of picking up information, kind of being able to compartmentalize it. So maybe his knowledge of the game might be a little bit further ahead than we know, based on how much time he's actually put in the game.
Well, considering he was nice enough to help teach me the game, I'd say he's pretty knowledgeable.
There we go. So we're getting underway, and of course, first individual fight. For a game that is touted to be kind of like your first RPG and entry into this, the fact that you can lose the initial fight is a thing. So we're just getting all of our times absolutely synced up. We're just waiting for everyone to get to 36 seconds here. Fee's all doing a great job there of the restream. Thank you very much, sir. As the opening battle begins, the almighty behemoth, who only needs one crit and you to miss once for this to be over.
Ooh, we got some whips already. Goodness.
Yeah, we've got a miss on the bottom left from Couch, yeah. God, there's so many hits coming out, just damage flying everywhere. I think we're going to get Sylverfyre with our first victory of the day. No one so far has failed. And we get Opus with a crit. Very nice from Opus. And Couch makes it through. Everyone makes it through alive.
Oh, Noel having to refight the behemoth.
We managed to make it past the true boss. If any of you saw the four-way race at Rake, Elmagus, Ashley was the only one to die to the beam. Fun start. So level forest, I'm pretty sure at this point, if you have seen a Mystic Quest run before, there's not too much to be said about the beginning of it, really. We're just kind of going around, picking up all the essentials we're going to need. Some magic in Cure on the right-hand side of our village here, and then we're going to be grabbing our first partner character in Kaylee, who is an axe wielder and also comes with the life spells. We'll be using that to good effect very, very shortly.
Looks like Sylverfyre is having just a little trouble with his internet stream here, but he should be back up soon.
Yeah, things happen now and then, doesn't it? Every now and then. So yeah, I mean, you can go about this either way. You can go pick up Kaylee first, or you can go and get the magic first. I think it's a little bit quicker to go get magic first, just because you have to move left to Kaylee's house. If you go left and then right and then all the back left, it's minor, but you know.
Oh yeah, it's not a big difference.
Maybe like 2 or 3 steps, but steps nonetheless. Let's see who's going on to scale. No one's playing scale. Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Couch is using his what? Scale's great. Okay.
Please.
Big up to my scale representatives out there. So it looks like Sylverfyre and Opus are kind of well into their first fight in level forest. One of those things that ideally you would like Kaylee to kill the first one, and then you damage the next, and you switch Kaylee onto manual, attack the other one, hopefully it hits, and then Benjamin finishes off the final one. That's the ideal, but misses happen, crits happen, the whole shebang. It feels like it's gone okay for Opus and Sylverfyre so far. Opus taking a slight lead in the early games, quite nice.
Yeah, it's always unfortunate when Kaylee whiffs.
Yeah, you want those kind of one-shots just to kind of completely take out any sense of extra turns for the opponent, for sure. For sure. Okay, and we're getting on to... Oh, nice crit from Benjamin. Go, Benji. Opus, I'm going to our first boss, the Minotaur, who, funnily enough, is kind of considered undead, so what we're going to do is we're just going to throw the life spell onto him and instantly one-shot him. Nice, free and easy. There he goes.
Except when it misses.
Except when it misses. It's very rare that it happens, but thanks to that, I do believe Sylverfyre has taken himself a cheeky lead. 240 damage down, and there we go. Penguin done as well, and Couch just starting the Minotaur fight, getting that immediate life. So I was talking about menuing being quite important here. You'll see Couch opting to go right through the menus, where you can just press left and it instantly snaps to that right-hand side. It's that kind of like menu knowledge that you're going to have to be able to kind of like quickly navigate your menus, and it can't be underestimated just how important it is to really know your way around that menu and kind of memorize exactly where like certain cursors are left and kept.
Hey, some of us have stupid fingers, okay? So even though we know where things are, it doesn't mean our fingers always remember the way.
Well, yeah, we can't. The digits are sometimes they do let us down. Okay, so all of our players picking up Tristram, who is, in my personal opinion, perhaps the worst of all the partner characters.
Oh, do you mean missed him?
Oh yeah, missed him. He's the missed it quest. He is bad, isn't he? To be honest. Bless him.
Oh, quite so. Tristram, with those ninja stars of his, misses quite often, and usually when you need it to hit the most.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of time in this early game will come from, which is not, you know, the most often thing, unfortunately, but hits and crits, you know, he needs to land those to, you know, if he stand any chance of really gaining some early ground. Opus, unfortunately, getting 3 worms, and Silver getting just the 1, which allows him to make that lead again. So
yeah, in this part of the game, you really don't want to have a 3 enemy formation, and it's better at this point to just run until you get either a double or a single formation.
Yeah, it's Tristram, you know, fingers crossed he hits, is enough to kill 1, which is guaranteed. Bombs never miss, which is a nice thing about them. They always hit, which is great. And they are enough to take down one enemy. So you kind of, if Tristram takes down the 1, you'll take out the other. So that's quite nice. And if it is 1, if Tristram misses, then you've got your safety. That is the never missing bombs.
Right, but coming up, they're going to pick up their seeds, and actually, they're going to want a couple of 3 formations because that's going to allow them to dupe the seeds without having to run away from battles where it would be a lot quicker to fight them.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's the thing. Being able to kind of use those to your advantage is quite nice. I'd say. So the way that duping works is, a lot of kind of games have these weird things where if you use an item in the menu, it's kind of technically used, but then what you can do is you can use the item and then you retreat out, and then the game thinks it takes 1 away, but then it kind of like gives it to you back, but then it resets the actual amount, so it tries to give you back 1 to make it maximum, but it actually gives you back 1 from your maximum already, because it doesn't actually use the item when you select to use it, which is really odd. It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, it kind of gives you an extra 1 after using 1, which you don't actually intend to use. I don't know if that's clear or not, but yeah. It's a weird game, alright? It's a weird game. But, yeah.
Man, poor Sylverfyre keeps getting a lot of these triple skull formations.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, I mean, I've noticed that he did have that lead, and then suddenly you look again, a good fight or so ahead. Whereas PenguinNinja's got a bit of a lead now on Couch. Couch is just kind of coming down to that basement. So he's probably about 2 battles behind. Yeah, he's 2 battles behind.
Yeah.
Penguin.
Oh, but Penguin keeps getting these triple formations. I mean, like I said, it's good to dupe your seeds, but after that, it's totally unnecessary.
Opus going as well to pick up Quake. Kind of Quake magic helps. It obviously magic, the way it works, obviously that if you spread it around multiple characters, just like bombs, it halves the actual damage. But it will be there are certain enemies that are weak to it, so you might be able to kind of like get a quick kill. Especially kind of now up until like Wintry Cave. I think you can kind of get a couple of hits in Wintry Cave. I think you'll be using fire probably in Wintry Cave to be honest, but.
Right, but there is a couple of monsters, especially the landworms, where Quake is very useful against them. And even here with the Flamosaur, once Ben runs out of cures, you're going to want to turn to those Quakes.
Yeah, making sure that your bombs are your last resort. I mean, I was going to mention it earlier, and that's actually quite a good point. That bomb management is actually really, really important. Because you can easily run out if you kind of over-rely on them, because they are really strong. So if you throw out too many here at the beginning, you can sometimes find yourself just needing to go out your way a little bit just to pick up some more bombs, and that can affect that kind of type that you're wanting to bring down. But yeah, cures.
Right, and there are some monsters. I'm sorry, Bowie.
No, go ahead.
There are some monsters which actually do have a weakness to the bombs, especially coming up in the next area. So you really do want to have as many bombs at your disposal as possible for the first part of the game.
For sure. So yeah, Couch is grabbing himself that Quake as well and making his way around to the Flamerous Rex. As it seems like I think Opus is getting down parts of the boss here. So Flamerous Rex is 2,200 HP, which is quite a lot for a first boss. And obviously he just chunks down a little bit in animation every like 25%. That's a nice clean kill, about just sub 10, which is nice. So Opus takes that lead against Sylverfyre. And PenguinNinja getting his a 10:07 kill as well, so Couch has got to push a little bit harder to catch up. Sylverfyre having a bit of a mare here. Rip Earth again, that's going to take out Ben.
Yep.
So Tristan has to heal himself. So yeah, Tristan, normally you have a partner who's actually faster than bosses, but Tristan is slower than me. You can't rely on him for health. Oh dear.
Not only that, but because life is supposed to be a life spell, even though we basically use it for a heal all the time, he will not actually heal himself with it, and therefore, if he dies, that's it. You pretty much have to restart the battle, unless you're really lucky and close to the end. Yeah.
It's really, really strange as well that Flamerous Rex does have that kind of undead property, so you can heal him, but the flag for life does not, because he has the boss flag on him. So the boss flag means you can't life him, but you can use cure. It's the reason I bring that up is because you'll see how that's not quite so consistent as we move further on into the game. So as we see, just Couch just kind of getting the last few hits, and there it is, an 11:24 for him. So that's quite nice.
And it looks like nobody actually had bad RNG with this boss either.
No. I mean, despite how fast they got through the dungeon and got to him, the fight, as you say, was pretty good, pretty clean. Can't really say too much about it. Now, what's nice about this is that because all the enemies are always on the map, when you go through the dungeon, you clear out the ones you need to clear, so you get a relatively you get a very, very easy escape majority of the time. You're just kind of going through enemies that you've already killed, so don't have to worry. Until we get the exit spell, you will have to watch all this walking, which I'm sure you'll agree is riveting stuff.
Well, they are picking up a couple of things on the way out. You notice PenguinNinja just picking up his small shield over there, just for a little bit of extra defense. And they picked up a set of cure potions on the way out. The order in which they pick up the items is going to be very important for a glitch that's going to be coming up about midway through the run.
That glitch is very, very important for multiple reasons. But yeah, as you say, we'll get to that very, very shortly. So it is important for us to kind of pick up a bunch of things. Picking up these, the armor is actually a lot more important than you think. Not just for damage reduction, but also certain ones have specific properties that stop particular status ailments, and status ailments can be the biggest bane in this game. So the items that we pick up are decided. There are some that we do skip, and you'll question why. Some people may not skip it. Some of our more experienced runners, maybe Penguin and Opus, may skip some ones that I would expect maybe Silver or Couch wouldn't skip. But as I say, when we get to that point, we'll point it out. Shout outs to anyone who didn't know about that little shortcut that PenguinNinja just took. I remember playing this game as a kid and just walking. And then my mate showed me that.
Yeah, I knew about that one as a kid. Sorry, Bowie.
What on earth? I was just the one kid who was just sitting there going, oh man, I love the game, but Focus Tower is just a ball ache. And then it's like, you are aware you can just like, dang dude.
So in the next area, as we enter the Aquaria area, they're picking up Phoebe, who is more magically inclined than a lot of the other characters that you pick up along the way. And the nice thing about Phoebe is because she has all these different magic spells, you're able to kind of change your technique with how you attack with her versus how you use Tristan and Kaylee at first. And depending on certain formations, you're going to be able to leave her on auto a lot of the time. Yeah.
Very, very powerful, as you say. I mean, we'll probably see it here. Like, if you get any combination of like 3 scorpions here, an instant fire will kill them all. However, if you have a if you have a hedgehog in that lineup, you do need to actually swap her off because she'll do something different. So you can still kill them all with fire, but because of the combination, it does change her AI slightly, but she is still able to kill them. So we'll see what we get here. So that, if you were to use auto, it wouldn't be an immediate. So you can see swap to manual. He actually decided to leave. Duping, I see. Yeah, but gets three hedgehogs instead. So instant fire.
Right. For some reason, when there's a single enemy that's different, Phoebe gets very confused. I don't really understand why.
Even though she can still one-shot them all with a fire, but that is why you'll see someone sometimes swap to fire. And yes, there is Rebirth. I knew I was. You know when I said that you could use it in Wintry Cave, I was like wondering what was the enemy. It was them. I completely forgot about worms. Oh dear.
Yeah, the worms are one of the few enemies we actually do use the Quake for, just because it is so much faster to kill them that way. It is their weakness.
So you saw there as well that that was actually quite nice from Penguin. So he actually kept Phoebe auto there because automatically went purposefully just for the Scorpion to the side, and he had a Quake ready to get rid of the next two worms. That's really important for kind of making that decision. Do you want to go for the KO, or do you want to kind of reset? And just being able to know exactly what you need to do, because like every single fight's like a puzzle, I guess. If it's straightforward, like through the 3 hedgehogs that Penguin has there, just let rip with the fire. But if you have a bit of a complicated one, it's being able to immediately go, right, that's my option, take that decision, and then go forward with it. And that's kind of really what separates those faster runs from the slower runs. It's really kind of about knowing your formations.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with that. Learning formations has definitely been the most challenging part of learning this run as a new runner of this game myself.
God, yeah, it's been a while since I've ran it personally as well. And it's kind of like, it's one of those things that when you come back to it, I think either when you pick it up and then when you kind of come back to it for a while, it's one of the things that a lot of runners really need to respect, is just how much mileage they can get from really taking their time out to do that homework and really kind of get into their heads exactly what they need to do with every single kind of formation.
Right. And of course there are alternatives as well. There are other things that work. It's just that certain things are faster than others.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and then being able to choose the risky option versus the fast option. We'll see who takes the risks when they need to or not, but so far, Opus has got off to a fantastic lead over sylverfyre. I think about a good 3 or 4 battles ahead now. I mean, sylverfyre is just coming into the inner cave before the squidite, and yeah, just going through the cave door now, blowing that open. And I think Opus is just kind of coming to the right-hand side of it now. Yeah, he's coming to the right hand. So far, Opus, he's performing well and getting some good formations.
Oh, for sure.
We've got Couch just coming up there as well, doing a really, really good job, keeping himself close to Penguin.
Yeah, the other important thing about this cave and in the ice pyramid as well as we get further along is going to be the management of Phoebe's spells and the count of them, because you don't want to accidentally enter a battle and find out, oh, she doesn't have the spell she needs, I ran out of those. So it is important to keep track of the number of fire spells she has at any given time and the number of thunder spells she has at any given time.
Yeah, definitely. That'll be important as well for your obviously for your partner characters, but also for yourself as well. Knowing when you get those extra ticks of spell, because I believe it's like a 4-2-1 kind of scenario in terms of white, black, and wizard. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but it is a kind of like you get the least amount of wizards. Knowing when you get an extra wizard cast, and then being able to kind of keep that mental count based on your level.
Oh yeah, but since Ben ends at such a low level towards the end of the game, I believe he only has 4 wizard spells even at the very end.
Yes, yeah, it isn't too many, of course, but okay.
But it does become a little bit less important because of the availability of seeds in the later half of the game.
Yeah, it's true. One thing we actually forgot to mention is that there was that cutscene where we fell off the cliff. Maybe you did RPGC and I just completely blanked it because I'm such a great guy. Where Phoebe gives you the cat's claw and she picks up the bow of grace. And the Bow of Grace is a joke. It's so good. Really, really strong for her, and it has a pretty good crit rate, I've noticed. But what we're going to hopefully see from our players as we go towards the Squidite is, we want to get rid of the birds immediately, so kind of deal with the Squidite one-on-one, and get, first of all, burn all of the Thunders because they're guaranteed good damage, more than just a regular hit from the Bow of Grace, and then throw out the bow, and then see if we do get any crits, which would be, I think it's like 350-ish. Or like 340, it's like a good 600, 318, and then it's a good 600 for a crit. So there's crits. Nice.
And Phoebe is strong enough at this point that she can, because of the resistance glitch, that she can pretty much tank this battle on her own. Except if she gets critically hit like that, then you're risking it a little bit.
We're talking about risks, and there was one. Yeah, as you were saying it, yeah. Wow, Opus felt he definitely had that KO, and unfortunately, got killed in the process. Dang, dude, that was unlucky.
YOLO strats.
Yeah. They work until they don't. God. Anyone going to say anything about commentator's curse? I don't know.
Yeah, she's putting hashtag.
The RPG chick. RPG.
Sad face.
Okay. So, actually, PenguinNinja had a bit of a rough kind of wintry cave. We've got Couch very close. Only, I think, now just one fight behind. Penguin starting the Squidite. Opus finishing the Squidite as sylverfyre is moving on to the solo on that. And Couch just starting the fight just before Squidite and gets the 3 turtle formation for a quick thunder.
No,
that's
one
very,
off,
very
he
nice.
still got Centaurs.
Oh, the Taurus, sorry. Did I miss a fight? I was gonna say I could have sworn it wasn't a turtle in the world, but thunder into bomb should be enough, yeah. So both of our group E players have finished the Squidite and making the long trek back home. Very close between those two. And then both of our B players on the Squidite, as I say that, Squidite, so. Our players have picked up the Libra crest, so what's going on, obviously, in terms of just a quick narrative catch-up, Aquaria is kind of cold and there's no life. The water is kind of all gone from the nearby spring, and so we're going to use the Libra crest to get into the inner sanctum to see if we can find some water, but we'll see how that goes.
Couch is employing some very interesting strats here. He may not remember offhand what the actual weakness is.
Okay, so I think he's just kind of employing just bombs. I think he's not wanting to heal. He's going for the attack. Does get the hit, which is lucky because Phoebe is blinded right now. Putting her on auto. I'd like to see him just heal back Phoebe, just for that guaranteed hit, rather than risking it. There's the heal. Okay.
Yeah, the bombs is not a terrible strat here from Ben's side of things, but usually if Ben dies, we just leave him dead for this fight.
It's alright. He gets a job done-ish. Luckily, we did the resistance glitch. It's kind of something that we, if you don't know too much about the run, it's something that we can do by having a save point at the end of the game. When you start a brand new file, your partner character has the same resistance as an end game Phoebe, which has a wonderful resistance which kind of reflects a drain. So you saw that the Squidite attacked Couch's Squidite attacked Phoebe with a drain type attack, but it actually healed Phoebe and dealt damage to the Squidite. That's based on a resistance that endgame Phoebe has. This Phoebe does not have it, I believe.
No, at this point she does not have it.
So kind of helpful in kind of keeping yourself alive and being able to, as our RPGC said, when Ben dies, just go hell for leather, you know?
Yeah, the only unfortunate thing is there are some things that endgame Phoebe does not have resistance to, which makes the end bosses, the end stages, a little bit more difficult. Like Petrify.
Yeah, I mean, there has been, I remember there was kind of talk about, people have always gone, well, why couldn't we just kind of use someone else's resistance and bring them in? Kind if I'm not mistaken, I think it's one of the Rubens or the Kaylee 2 there. One of the Rubens. Ruben 1 and 2. I refer to that when they join your party. I think each party member joins you twice at some point. So, yeah. You one of them has stone resistance, which is there's stone and petrify going on at certain points in the run. So, and it would be nice to have it because it's such a debilitating status ailment. But it's just not worth it for all the other bonuses that Endgame Phoebe does have.
Kaylee 2 is the one with petrification resist, according to White Zephyr.
Yeah, Kaylee 2. Kaylee 2.
So they're in the waterfall basin right now for the most part. Couch will be there very shortly. And if you played this game as a kid or when you were younger, there is a certain way to push the blocks that especially this last one here. Usually you push it all the way to the right in between, and then you push the other one up above, and you get 2 more encounters after that last Lamia on the bottom. But what there is you can see it on Sylverfyre's screen, is there's a way to push them in such a way that you can avoid those last 2 battles, and who would have known? Because I sure as heck didn't.
You do kind of want to aim for level 8 before going into the snow crab head. You can do it at level 7 third level, just because I believe it gives you 1 extra black cast, I think. Is it black or is it white? It gives you another cast, basically.
Yeah, but Ben's casts in this battle are not terribly important.
No, look, I'm trying to remember now. What is exactly the reason why? Obviously, you have more HP, but there was a specific reason why we want to be level 8. I cannot remember for the life of me why that is. What is it? It's completely gone from my head exactly why we want level 8. Just because I guess 40 more HP, there we go. I don't know.
That makes sense. He might have a little extra defense at that point as well. Because this kind of gets to the point where you really don't want Ben to die so easily.
Yeah, getting there. Luckily though, if you do die, you do still get the experience when you come to fight, so it's there for more kind of helping purposes more than anything else. Yeah,
whatever level your partner is at, that's it. That's where they are, that's where they stay. So only Ben can gain experience. So yeah, as Bowie said, even if Ben is dead at the end of the battle, it doesn't matter. The experience all goes to him anyway.
It's kind of helpful. Because, well, I mean, is this why your partner character comes like stupidly level at the start? Nice crit there from Sil.
Oh, it looks like Opus had to restart that fight.
Yeah, and then Penguin gets his as well, so a nice lead with him. Everyone did get level 8 going into Snow Crab, so enough experience coming around. That is kind of the unfortunate thing, if you do get those kind of like one enemy formations, although they are fast. You do kind of like miss out on experience, and this is kind of the only major time when like we kind of really note how much experience do we have. Apart from endgame, where we do have a variety of setups based on endgame level.
So they're entering the ice pyramid on the right-hand side of your screen, and the monsters in here are invisible. Technically, there is a magical mirror all the way on the right-hand side of the pyramid, but since it's out of the way, there's no reason to go pick it up. We're gonna run into the monsters as we go through the pyramid anyhow, and there isn't really any risk of running into odd ones in strange places, so there really is no point to go and pick up the mirror to reveal them.
Yeah, that is a marvel and also a bit of an annoyance about the game. Is like you know where enemies are going to be, so you always kind of have a set path, but at the same time you can't skip anything. The fights that we do are the fights that are necessary to be able to get through the game as a whole, so you can't really skip fights. That's the thing.
Right, the only time that changes will be when we get to Pazuzu's tower later in the game.
Yeah. Okay,
it's interesting now. The right side and the left side look like they should be racing each other right now.
Yeah, it's very, very close on the left and very close on the right, but that's unfortunately not the way it's going today. Sylverfyre getting a very nice snow crab, and Opus not getting a very nice snow crab.
Yeah.
Opening that gulf, and Penguin just doing a good job to kind of keep himself marching forward. Despite some of the setbacks, he has managed to kind of get another lead on Couch, who's doing a very, very good job of keeping up right now as well. So I was speaking to Couch before and kind of asked him, you know, specifics about it, and he said that he's only done one full completed run, and that was 2:45. So, you know, looking at Penguin's PB of 1:59, looking at a big gulf. So, you know, the gap that it currently is really, really nice for Couch.
Right.
Doing a very, very good job.
He had a lot of problems. I know. I watched him practice. He forgot the coins a couple of times, and if you actually take a look at his split for the ice pyramid, it is reverse McCoin. So he does remember to pick up that coin.
Right. Yeah.
Want to skip?
Yeah. I remember actually talking about about picking up coins. I was so paranoid about just exiting out of Pazuzu's tower all the time that I always picked up that coin just in case. Just in case, you never know.
That doesn't mess up your glitched inventory, though.
Pardon, sorry?
If you talking about when you're playing casually or when you're speedrunning?
No, because you get it before. When you do that particular glitch afterwards, I think it overwrites whatever you have.
Yeah, but that's my question. If you pick up the coin in Pazuzu's tower after your inventory is glitched, doesn't that mess up the inventory?
I don't recall it ever doing it when I did pick up the coin.
Oh, okay.
I managed to complete a run picking up the coin before, so probably not.
Okay, fair enough.
And unless I didn't, and I'm just having one hell of a mare in my head. I don't know. Right? It's. I recall getting the coin out of sheer paranoia about not picking it up.
Yeah, unfortunately, the pyramid is a bit of a long slog. It's not the longest in the game, but it's still quite a heck of a thing to go through.
Yeah, it's because it's got a variety of flaws, and we are going to be doing a little bit of backtracking as well. And again, it's putting into the place that, despite the fact that we know where the enemies are, we have to do every single one. And I guess not being able to see them gives you this illusion that it's going quickly because you can't. Because it's just empty space, but you know you're always being hindered by a fight.
Oh, I don't know. It never felt fast to me. It always felt slow in here.
Oh yeah. And even if players are in like the same room, they could just be like miles away from each other because there's so many fights to go through. Like at this point, I think there are about 6, 7 fights.
Yeah, just on this one stupid floor. Because you have to go all the way to the right-hand side to flip the switch, and then you have to go all the way through the left-hand side to actually get to the door.
There's a good 5 fights on the left-hand side as well, which is nuts. And also you get some really, really annoying combinations as you're seeing that you can't just... Being able to one-turn a fight is just the dream of everyone running this game. Having to kind of... Especially those mages which heal themselves. If you have maybe if you've got 2 birds and one mage, it's just well, what am I supposed to do with this? Because I can only deal enough damage to take one out. Then I'm going to half the damage of each of them. Then that guy's going to heal one, and I have to do the whole thing again just to get through this one fight. It's God. Sorry, I'm getting flashbacks. I am a Mystic Quest vet, I think. No, I'm not on. I never got the sub 2, so I'm not a vet yet.
You'll see a lot of the more experienced runners, especially in some of the later game formations. If it's not a formation that they like or that they want, they'll try to run from it and get a better formation. That is a little bit harder in the pyramid because the pyramid doesn't like to play games and let you do things like that as easily. But later it can happen sometimes.
Yeah, that's one thing I learned the hard way as well. Just I don't like this formation. Run away. I've got the same formation. Don't want it. Run away. Same formation? 15 times. The same formation! What is this? But yeah, as you say, it doesn't mess around.
Yeah, after a while of trying to run away for a better formation, now you're just killing time because I think it's about 10 seconds to run away and re-enter the battle, so...
Yeah. So yeah, our players will obviously go up the floor that they're on, go right round into the next floor, then they will fall back down into that central place because they're going to be picking up the noble armor for Benjamin, which will give him, I believe, ice resistance and just a little bit more defense as well. Let me have a quick think. It's definitely ice resistance and yeah, it's ice resistance and poison resistance, and then gives you, but it's +6 defense as well, so it's quite nice.
Right, but considering the ice golem has ice magic, the ice resistance is definitely the more useful thing here right now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you think about it, like your basic raw stats don't really feel like they do make too much of a difference, really, in terms of defensively, because you're just going to be getting absolutely hammer-fisted by the enemies for the most part. Because as a speedrun, we're going to be quite low level, and when we get to potentially the biggest skip, well, yes, the biggest skip. Why I say potentially, of course it is, in the game, it'll take a bit of a shift into overdrive mode. Okay, so a single fire on one Sphinx to take out one, a confusion on the right side, allowing. Very nice from Penguin, just taking that risk and paying off for him.
Yeah, it's not a bad strat. The Sphinxes don't mess around.
You can see him as well kind of have that moment of thinking, do I bomb them both and then go for an AoE, or do I just go for this? So he immediately kind of like brought back, because if you leave one alive, if you can kill them both with 2 moves, sure, fine. If you leave them both alive and they're both faster than Benjamin, that's 2 times to get confused, which is just obviously double the risk, so why take it, you know?
Yeah, in the cases of where enemies can cast that riddle spell, it is definitely much better to get rid of it as many as you can, as fast as you can.
As we see Couch making his way through to 4F.
And Opus picking up the heal potions and the armor.
Yep. One small thing to note, don't try and change your equipment or pressing the L and R buttons when you're running around the map changes your weapon. Don't do that when you're falling down a space like that. When you can see a penguin falling down now, don't do it there. You can soft lock the game. I didn't believe someone. I tried it. I was on PB pace. I cried many tears.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Yeah. Thank you, Bowie.
That's all right. Just don't change equipment. And don't try and be smart, because obviously you have to stop your movement when you're moving to do it. Oh yeah, don't try and be smart. You'll get screwed over. Okay, so we're picking up the Knight Sword there for 2 reasons. First of all, it's a strong weapon, which is quite nice. It will deal a little bit more damage, but also the later weapons in the game obviously give you particular stat changes as well. And particularly, the most important thing is that the Knight Sword gives you +5 speed, so it will make Benjamin a little bit stronger. We have different. We'll be getting a claw later on, which gives us +5 magic, and you swap between either the claw, the sword, or the axe, or the bomb, depending on what you want to do. Do you want to get do you want to try and go for the outturn? Do you want to deal a bit more damage just to be able to get that kill, etc., etc. That actually is quite important. Now that I mention it, that knowing when a claw, the claw equip is enough to make a not KO, a one-shot KO, is very important.
Yeah, but you're gonna see some of them switching to the sword when they want to do things like run away from the battle, or when they want to get the initiative, especially for a fight that's going to be coming up relatively soon.
Mm-hmm.
The last fight, I think, before the Ice Golem fight. Yeah. So Ice Golem, since he's made of ice, he's going to be weak to Phoebe's fire. He also is pretty vulnerable to the bombs, but I think Silver has 18 and PenguinNinja has 10 left. So there's only I mean, I can't see, it's a little blurry, but so there's only so much you can do.
I think, I mean, you obviously need 10 bombs to get through the exit battlefield coming up, so, and ideally you would want more, so I don't think he will be using all of yeah, you might think just kind of keep those relatively safe.
No, actually, a lot of the runners will run through the bombs because on the way out, once you get rid of Phoebe, the treasure chest next to where they picked up the refreshers at the beginning of the pyramid has 10 bombs in it.
See, I thought they normally pick up the ones that's inside focus, but yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but you have to get the exit spell before you go back into the focus tower.
Yeah.
So they'll probably pick up those 10 bombs on the way out. Normally, if you picked them up on the way in, they would just be arrows, but once Phoebe's out of the party, they're bombs again.
Which is quite nice. Well, I was always way too conservative on my bombs, always made sure I had at least go then. Duly noted.
Bombs by the end of this fight.
Yeah, so it can all change still. You know, it's very easy for you know, our players just to suddenly have Ice go them kind of just turn around and do what he does. He's fairly tanky. I want to say 6,500 HP roughly. So you know, we're doing a fair amount of damage, 400 per bomb, and about 600 or so per fire. So you know, We're doing a good 6 damage. Very nice fight for Penguin, getting through that very quickly.
Wow.
But as we see, again, Opus and Silver are actually fairly close. We'll see if we get the next stage of deterioration for either Farty. Okay, cool. We've got the final stage of deterioration on Silver's. Opus going to second stage of deterioration.
Yeah, once the Ice Golem gets below a certain point, the attack where you see that he casts the water spell on your party and drains them for HP, he uses a lot.
Yeah. I think Sylverfyre's going for the kill and gets it, so that's very
nice YOLO strats there.
Yeah. It was very. Unfortunately, Opus is getting the skill where he heals himself, so that's handy. Doesn't actually that move where he kind of covers you in snow and heals himself doesn't actually count as brain type ability, so it doesn't actually kind of reflect off of Phoebe like the Squidite's drain skill does. It still counts as a water skill.
Yeah, unfortunately. But Opus is through, so he managed to get through without too much trouble. We'll see how Couch does.
Opus made some good space on Sylverfyre so far, so that was a good ice pyramid. Pretty solid, very, very solid from Sylverfyre, but I think Opus just played that a little bit cleaner.
Yeah, but I think Sylverfyre also had some struggles with the beginning of the Ice Golem fight. You know, now you're getting to the point where you want to keep Ben alive for pretty much all the boss battles. So since it is so easy to start to KO Ben at this point, keeping him alive becomes a lot more difficult than it was before.
And of course, our players have also picked up, as our RPGC was alluding to earlier, we've picked up consumable items in a particular order, and that's going to be coming into play pretty much after this next big thing that Penguin's going to be going into, which is the exit battlefield. Exit battlefield. The battlefield, you have 10 fights, and if you do all the 10 fights and clear it out, you get a reward. You'll either get one squid or you'll get a squid and a sphinx. Our players want to get just the squid to one-shot it. By clearing this battlefield, you get the exit spell. The exit spell is ridiculously good. First of all, it allows you to leave any place you are out to the world map, but also you can actually exit enemies from battle. You don't get the experience from them, that's important to know. You don't get the experience from them, but it does remove them from battle. And we're going to be using that, abusing that, should I say, to really get through the game as we do at the level we do. So this is a very, very, very important battlefield, and the only one we actually do in the 80%.
Oh, PenguinNinja getting some nasty sphinxes there.
Yep.
I think the average is about 3 or 4 sphinxes for this entire 10 fights. So anything better than that, and hey, good for you.
Yeah, 4 is quite sad. Oh, being surprised is not nice as well, just because it guarantees that they get their 2 turns and then you have to try and run. At this level, you're more than guaranteed to run, really, but yeah.
Yeah, but I think almost every time, even with the sword, the Sphinx and the squid will outpace
Yes, they
you.
will. They'll get the surprise tactic usually. And also, it's also there is a bit of like a little bit of RNG. I mean, saying there's a little bit of RNG here when you're playing Mystic Quest. What am I talking about? Going first or second before the squid itself can save you a little bit of time. Because whenever you have to watch that ray move, oh god, does 1 damage and makes you a little bit weak. Great.
Penguin actually did just have a moment ago. He had one where he actually did not have to wait for the Sphinx and the squid to attack.
2 left for for Penguin. Sorry, Squid Ninja. I was going to say PenguinNinja, and 4 for sylverfyre. I think. Haven't seen over.
I think so. Yes.
Okay, so we see Couch obviously has like 1,000,000 bombs, so he doesn't bother with the chest. Now it's looking like a Bowie run on that bottom left right there. 31 bombs, nice. I feel you, Couch, I feel you.
He's still keeping good pace with Penguin.
1 left actually for Opus. Has Opus just brought this all the way back? It's 2 more to go for sylverfyre.
I think you're mistaken. I don't think it's 2 for Opus.
No, it's 1 for Opus. He's on his last one. That said 1.
He must have gotten almost entirely squids. What the heck?
Exit, yeah, he's ahead of sylverfyre now just because of the exit battlefield. What the
hell? My goodness.
My god. That must be like, yeah, I mean, to be fair, sylverfyre got like 40 billion sphinxes. So, I mean, give or take 4 or 5, you know?
The nice thing about the exit spell too is pretty much everywhere at this point, it's going to be much faster to exit out of places than to walk out of them, including towns. Yeah. So the exit spell is not just going to be useful for getting rid of enemies on the battlefield.
Yeah, it's integral. I mean, it's one of those things that if you think, oh, I could walk 10 spaces or use exit, it's probably quicker to use exit. It's just that quick. I mean, you can see how quickly the players go through the menu, bash, bong, boom, exit, they're gone. But as we say that, Penguin is coming up to the skip! The skip! So RPGC, if you want to take us through what Penguin's going to do right here.
So, based on the order of items in his inventory, there should be either leftover seeds or nothing, and then cure potions, refreshers, and heals. So now he's going to buy 0 seeds, and instead of not letting us buy anything, it lets us buy 0 seeds. You use them, and it underflows the inventory. Inventory's like, what the heck is going on? And if you saw what appeared in his inventory next to the seeds, it was actually 3 of the sky coins. Then he went and he bought 19 cures, and you're going to see it on sylverfyre's screen and Opus's screen as well. And the 19 cures kind of completes the glitch and gives us the fire coins so that we can totally skip this area, not have to deal with Reuben or the volcano or anything else, and go right to the Windia area. The only problem is, of course, is because you don't clear the volcano, the clouds from the volcano never actually leave the Windia area. You don't really see anything, but it doesn't matter because A, we've got arrows to tell us which way to go. And
B, it's pretty linear as well. But on top of that, you also have not got any of the experience of the 2 dungeons we've just skipped, which is a lot of time. It really is great. Reuben is just apparently there for PenguinNinja. And this is where the exit spell comes in, because we have no chance of beating them with our strength the way it is. So exit, going to come out here. Hopefully you don't get bodied on the first shot. Strong against poison. Exit, and the enemy's gone. So that's why for these kind of sections where we are alone, such as that one there, it's able to continue. If you didn't have exit, you couldn't do that fight. Really, let's be serious.
Yeah, no, that would be completely impossible. But of course, the unfortunate thing is now that Benjamin has pulled a sandwich out of his pocket, we are stuck with Tristram. For a little bit.
Pulled a sandwich out of his pocket?
A Reuben is a sandwich, Bowie.
What?
A Reuben is a sandwich.
I have to run this one by
a very delicious sandwich.
I have to run that one by me one more time. I've heard of other types of sandwiches. I don't know. Well, if the Reuben, we got Tristram though, so.
Is a corned beef and coleslaw on rye bread sandwich, and it is very delicious.
Okay.
Oh wait, I think
That's the thing that
since
exists.
I had
okay.
one.
Okay, so moving on. Funnily enough, Tristan is actually strong against these enemies. Well, not those ones, but the ghosts. They're flying type, and he's the throwing stars are able to defeat flying based enemies. So hopefully you do get a bit more experience in this. There's not much experience going on for Sylverfyre in this particular fight, but he gets stoned. So he does get experience. There you go, yay. So yeah, if you exit too much, you'll find yourself either at a higher level or lower towards the end of the game. As I said earlier, we have a bunch of setups, and I will explain exactly what that means as we get towards it. Talking about long dungeons, coming up to the tree here, which we can't enter just yet. We're going to get a nice little teaser that this is where we need to go, but we can't get there. So all our players making their way to their couch, just kind of bringing up the rear. He'll be facing off against his mummy soon, trying to bring it back to Penguin, whilst Opus and Sylverfyre are very close together. I think, has Sylverfyre taken the lead again?
Yeah, because Opus is getting a little trolled by these mummies.
Nice, dude, nice. Wow, yeah, an entire fight behind. See that? It's going back and forth between Opus and Sylverfyre right now. This is a great race.
Yeah. This is awesome, and considering not how much practice Couch has not had, he's really doing pretty awesome here.
As I said, I'm really impressed with the way he's just kind of keeping that. He's just keeping it. He's keeping up. Just a matter of just battles behind Penguin, who has an incredibly respectable time as well. So, really impressed with Couch's performance so far, and his confidence in his menuing has been quite clean as well, which is nice to see.
And now, since we do need to get into the tree, we have to go talk to our favorite little tree hugger, Kaylee, who has made her way to Aquaria by this time. But we're going to get a little bit sidetracked because Phoebe's like, oh, should I wait? Go talk to my grandpa, and gotta go all the way down the waterfall.
Gosh, yeah, that's a good bit. And we get a little bit of humour as well. We like a bit of humour in video games, don't we? Spencer's place. Yeah, we like Spencer's place. I did like this game. This is the thing. As kind of basic as this game can be. Obviously, everyone will say things like, "Oh yeah, the soundtrack is sick," and it's like, yeah, it is really good. It is amazing. I'm pretty sure all of you guys are rocking out at home. Just wait until you hear Doom Castle. But I think one of the things about this game, it's got a lot of charm to it. It's got a nice raw sense of character. All of the characters kind of have a little bit of personality to them, as you'll see in this cutscene coming up. That Sylverfyre is just about to start here. Just little tiny things that I think actually really make this game quite enjoyable, and just those little moments that just kind of make you go, oh, nice. And for me, kind of keep me playing, I guess. Opus just behind. Tristan's like, hey, take this dragon claw, bruh.
Peace.
Heads out. Man, hello? Megas, hello. So Kaylee, I said Phoebe pops his bomb, and then she just bombs it out. Go! I just love that. She's just like, she trundles up, then she just hammers it out, because she's just like,
what the hell compelled her to throw the bomb in the first place? She's like, oh, I'm just gonna clear some space.
So good. I just love it. I don't know. I just think it's really enjoyable just seeing her just leg it out. She just bombs the place. Oh, dude. I don't know. This game's got character, as I said. I like it. So yeah, Phoebe's just like, yeah, I'll see you later. So we go and see Kaylee. She's having a nice little chill at the inn. And now she's got a sweet axe. Don't know where she found it, but she's got it. She gave us a rubbish one last time. It's like,
that's why she gave us a rubbish one last time.
You want an axe? I've got plenty, but you can have this one. And you're like, cheers, thanks. Thanks a lot. But we do have the ultimate claw. That is the level 3 claw, which I think you would have got the secondary claw in the fire section, as well as the level 2 axe from the shop in Fireburg. So yeah,
the charm claw is in the mines. did, oh, I think so, because at this point, usually we go get the arrow spell. So what Sylverfyre is doing, he's going out and he's going back in, so that once he has the arrow spell, he'll be able to exit back out. I think it's a little bit faster than going in and coming back out.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because yeah, instead, I mean, how many times have you? You know, the second floor of Focus Tower is a little bit longer than the top floor where you do go out, so you do have you kind of cut that particular trip in well, you just cut out that trip, the middle floor. Opus is going for the walk though. Opus is going for the walk, and you're going to see now Sylverfyre, who I believe was behind actually, because he decided to go out, is actually out before.
Right. So it is a little bit faster. Yeah, you get that small tease of the music of Doom Castle when you go to that part.
Doom Castle is just so good. It's just a joke. Like, I just remember being a kid and just being like, this is, I don't know, just this is the kind of thing I like. Just great music and fun games. In inverted, I'm just gonna put some inverted commas around. But we like to rip on this game. It's one of those things that if you've played this game, you've probably enjoyed it to some degree. If you speedrun this game, probably question it.
You question your choices in life.
It is a question, isn't it? It is a question. It is a good game, though. It's good fun.
This part is actually my least favorite in the whole game, just because the tree is so long.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you were talking about the pyramid. I'm like, love the tree.
No, the tree is definitely the worst part to me. Even I think worse than Pazuzu's Tower, because there really is absolutely no chance of skipping any part of this tree.
Yeah, tree sucks. That's what I'm gonna say. Because there's,
and
I mean,
music
like,
isn't as good.
Yeah, it's a bit mediocre, isn't it? It's one of those things that the thing about the tree is you have a bit of a long slog, then you get to this really, really long slog, and then you think that after the long slog gets over, then you've got like a couple of like medium length slogs, and it's just like, I'm done with the slogging. Can we just get to the boss, please? And then you get to the boss, and he's just he's a word. He's a word. I've seen so many runs to the boss of this area. That's fine. So, I mean, in order to speed this up, it's going to be, you know, utilizing a lot of the things we have at our disposal. So, we were talking earlier about AI and about how that works, you know, Phoebe being really strong with magic. This is another case of Kaylee has a bunch of options that are really, really good, but she loves her axe. In here, it's actually not too bad, but the more we use Kaylee and the further she goes, don't use your axe, use your other things, because she's got other options, but her AI is programmed just to kind of go with the axe, because this first dungeon and the way this first dungeon reacts. So Kaylee will be on manual, perhaps a little bit more than others, because of the way that her AI interacts with what she has available to her. And also the resistances that she has, because of glitch just changes the optimization. It's very strange.
Yeah, here, Mount Gale, and in Pazuzu's Tower, we definitely leave her on manual a lot of the time.
Pazuzu's Tower, I think, is the big kicker. Gale, to be fair, you shouldn't underestimate Gale Mountain. There's some things that, you know, having her on manual allows you to do. But, so all of our players, well, 3 of our players, making some solid headway into the beginning of the tree, as Couch is just trying to make his way. Unfortunately, gets the Petrify on that fight, so has to use the triple aura. Arrow, please, Bowie, please. And I think he's got one more fight, and he'll be inside the tree. So, I remember when I was brand new picking up this run, it was like, as long as I'm getting the sub 1 tree entry, that's good. Want that sub 1 tree entry.
Yeah, and here is where people are going to start to look at their levels a little bit more to see where they are. a lot of the runners will probably hit Ghidra at the end of the tree at level 15, but level 16 is actually not too bad for Ghidra. It does give you a bit of advantage in fighting him. I think maybe that's where it gives you the extra black spell for the arrow. Maybe. Not 100% sure on that one.
I'm not either off the top of my head. But yeah, Ghidra obviously weak to wind, which is why we pick up arrow, and actually a lot of enemies are weak to wind in the upcoming area, despite being on Mount Gale and being in a wind dungeon. But whatever. Ghidra's got a ton of HP though. He's got about 13,000, so he's a bit of a long fight. He's got some hideous state sailors he can throw out to you. So yeah, it's kind of you want to. Having that extra level is a little bit more magic, so you do deal a bit more damage with arrow. Whether or not it takes out an extra turn, I don't know, but it does make that a little bit cleaner.
Yeah, but as White Zephyr says, you want level 16 going into Mount Gale as well. Mount Gale is a relatively short dungeon, especially compared to everything we've been doing in the last few dungeons. Yeah. So there aren't a whole lot of chances to level up on there, and you want to be at a reasonable level when you get to Dullahan.
Yeah. Dullahan's an interesting fight as well. I think he's quite fun. Again, the variety of setups that we can go for, and we'll see who opts for the safer options and who opts just to, go hammer and tongs. Oh god, this is it. This is the thing. You look at a green and you're just kind of like, yeah, no worries, it's not too far, but it is 4 fights away. Like these bloody 3 bloody worms. Just bloody hell, bloody literally. 4 fights away or 3 fights away to get to this.
Fight fun. What is wrong with you?
I don't know. Maybe they're fans of Sleepy Hollow. I don't know.
Dullahan fight is fun. Oh, please. With those Doom dances. Ugh.
Doom dance is the best dance.
I hate that Doom dance.
Oh, sorry, are you just reminded of the time that you would do about 5 or 6 Doom dances in a row and land them all? That was fun, wasn't it? Did you enjoy that day? Was that good for you? It was good for you.
I thought we were friends, Bowie.
We are friends. We are friends. Anyway. We see our players hacking down some mushrooms. Again, Opus and Sylverfyre are very, very close. At this point, if it sticks like this, it'll probably come down to a Pazuzu floor that decides it, but you don't want to speak too soon. We'll see what happens. And then maybe people who don't know what I mean when I say Pazuzu floor. That's a really, really weird wall. For some reason, you can climb not on the actual pegs that you can climb on. You can just move left and forward. It's very odd. I don't know what the programming is doing there, but it is.
Opus has some really bad luck with this fight. This is not a good formation to have, and if you can avoid it and run away from it, that's better. The oozes are the first thing in this game to be to have a magical wall kind of in place, so it will reflect any magical spell that you throw at it. So when you want to just arrow the worms, you can't arrow them all at once, because the ooze will reflect it right back at you. And unlike in other games, it doesn't really cut the magic in half when it throws it back at you. It throws it back full force.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts. The one that there is, what you can do is you can either hope for a crit from Kaylee, or the Dragon's Claw does have a instant death proc, which does land on the slime sometimes. So you kind of want to just attack manually with Benjamin and hope for the proc. Doesn't always happen. If you get it, it's just like, pumped, yeah, get bodied, son. But, it doesn't always work out for you, so you can't rely on it really. But it doesn't happen that rarely. But you don't want to have to rely on it. Is the thing.
Yeah, and plus they'll be coming up soon to the floor that has a whole bunch of oozes for them to fight anyway. So they'll get plenty of practice right there.
Yeah, can you remember when I was talking about that slog at the end of the slog, which is after the slog? There you go. You have to fight a bunch of oozes, and the reason that's a slog is because the fight's just... Normally you just sit in there, one-shotting enemies and really getting in and feeling the fact that, yeah, I'm doing this, and suddenly just get hit with like 4 or 5 slow fights in a row. And it just completely kills that momentum. we'll see how it goes for Couch here. Going to go for that Dragon's Claw proc, I see. I hope. Oh, he's going to exit the one instead. No worries. Get rid of those two, and then if he doesn't get the proc, he got the crit though. So whatever. Why go for the proc when you just get a crit, right? 3. We haven't really talked about too much about field skills and what you can do with certain things. Obviously, you can climb with the claws. Axe chops down trees and stuff. Bomb blows up things, and you got the sword that pokes. Obviously, you've seen that in action. It's not too hard to deduce, but it's just, you know.
Right, and the Dragon's Claw also acts as like that little grappling hook that you saw earlier in the tree.
Yeah. Which is, you'll see players will actually not move all the way to the edge because they know where it goes, so they can maximize the speed there. Those who don't know as much about the dragon claws, length will probably just move 2 or 3 spots forward, and that will obviously add time to the run. Yeah, as much as everyone enjoys jumping as well, by the way, because jumping is great. Don't do it too much, because actually every single jump you do, although you're going the same distance as 2 forward steps, it actually loses you a frame each time. So, or 2 frames.
I hate that. It's so stupid.
I know, yeah. It doesn't. Everyone just wants to jump everywhere. I know. But unfortunately, you can't do that.
But it's so much fun. I want to jump everywhere.
We should have a jump counter. We should have a jump counter, and then what you should just do, really, you should jump, count the frames you lost, and then just take them away. 60 frames lost. I'll have a second back. Thank you very much. It's like cashing in, putting frames in the ISA, letting it, get some interest on that bad boy. Bring it out.
Yeah, but this is one of the few games with a jump button that I can actually use and not accidentally jump into a hole like an idiot.
No, I'm pretty sure you've done that too. In the pyramid, jumping by accident and jumping off the edge by any chance?
Feels bad, man.
She's done it! We've all done it. We've all done it. Can't sit there and act all, oh no, never, not me, no. Of course you have.
Okay, where I don't fall in the hole all the time. How about that?
I'll accept it.
Here's another one of those. I gotta chop down 1,000,000 mushroom trees just to fight more oozes. I can't wait.
God, isn't that so good? It is an interesting one, but yeah.
The nice thing is that when the oozes, just like earlier in the game, when the oozes use the drain attack against Kaylee, especially if they've already been whacked by her once, they usually end up killing themselves, which is very nice and very quick.
Agreed. Skeletons. Skeletons, my friends. Not as dangerous as you think, but they do just kind of eat a turn.
Well, they also have a doom attack as well.
Yeah, they do, yeah, that's true. Hopefully you don't see it too often, because Kaylee should be fast, and you do it just kind of get rid of the burster down. But as we get further on, there will be a couple of potentials for 2-3 formations as well, which doesn't help. And I think there are 2 as well that come alongside Ghidra.
Yes.
Which is great. So, normally I think what players will do is just arrow the 2 of them and just get rid of them completely, and then focus their attention on Ghidra. I'm not sure if this kind of specific caveat of the earlier glitch was brought to light. You were mentioning obviously the fact that seeds are in amazing demand. By buying 0 seeds and you do that glitch, you underflow the amount, not only the items you have in your inventory, but the amount of seeds you have. So everyone, it says they've got 99, but I believe they've got 200 or 255. They've got a lot of seeds. So
it's 255.
Yeah, it's 255. So everyone will just literally go ham and a half with every single spell, because where necessary, obviously. Because you can't do it here, for example. Sylverfyre would get destroyed. But you can do that because you have access to all of these seeds that will just kind of keep us for the rest of the game. I did once make the error where I screwed up the next item underflow, and I had to use up all my seeds to reform my items. So I sat there.
Oh my goodness!
Just fancy some seeds. you know? Just yummy, yummy, yummy. Got magic in my tummy. It just says 99 because that's the maximum amount of numbers it has, but it will just keep saying 99 until it's back down to 99. But yeah.
Games where you can underflow things, and this just happens to be one of them.
Oh, sylverfyre went for the arrow on all, and then hopefully is not going to have Benjamin die. He survived, very nice. And he decided to go for the attack on the ooze and got the claw proc. If he didn't have that, that would have been an interesting second round.
That's a very strange way to go, considering regardless, it usually it's going to take you 2 rounds anyway. Yeah,
I would have preferred just kind of like get rid of at least guaranteed one. Guaranteed one. You know, I know he managed to get away with it. I just think that was. It worked out for him, fine, whatever. But that was a bit of a risky approach to that particular enemy comp. Enemy comp? No. Formation. And here we go with our fantastic skeletal friends. Doomstare, and it didn't hit. Lucky your penguin. He got crit though. So. Let's have a look at how Opus and Couch are doing as well.
Yeah, Opus seems to be getting a lot of nasty little fights, unfortunately.
Yeah. And we've got Penguin approaching Ghidra for his fight now. So Ghidra, there we go. The 2 skeletons will probably burst down. Yep, the 2 skeletons immediately. You'll get the arrow and an exit. He decides to get. I'm not. I'm pretty sure maybe Benjamin doesn't have enough. Well, he wants to keep the black spellcasts for this chap. Pops on the Dragon's Claw, as you see, to get that +5 magic to make his attack stronger. Then we're going to make our way through Ghidra.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit harder for him because he is only level 15.
Yeah. So far, it hasn't been too bad. Let's speak too early. No comment to discuss, please. But
way to go, Bowie.
Yeah, sorry. Apologies. In advance, apologies. But yeah, so Opus is on that last room as well. So just approaching Ghidra. So again, our 3 players here on Ghidra now. Couch just coming. I think he's on the second to last screen now. Sorry, third to last screen.
Just got one last log to go through.
Yeah, last screen of going round the back. Oh, it sucks, doesn't it? Because you come out the ladders on the right.
Wow, that was a really clean Ghidra fight.
Yeah, it was really nice. Get your goon kids ready, everyone. I want to see some goon kids.
Kid!
Goon kid! There it is. Go on, kid! Go on, my son. And underneath the cloud coverage is a moving tree. Don't be too alarmed now, boys and girls. It's fine. All is okay. I think, did Opus just get himself a reset on that fight? I think he did.
I think so, yeah. It's possibly he got the double petrify, because that's usually the quickest way that Ghidra will cut you down.
Yeah. Now, although we have the exit spell and we can just escape, you'll notice that Penguin is not immediately exiting. It's because he would go and grab that chest, which may seem quite close, but he's still got about 40,000 mushrooms to cut down first. Goon Kid for the second time. There it is. But yeah,
I really wonder what those trees tell you in the Japanese version of this cart. I was not asking you to actually know the answer to that question. I was just wondering.
I'm trying to think. The goons. But yeah, picking up the meteor spell, and then that's going to be used in Mount Gale, as we had previously alluded to. Is our next dungeon to go to. Opus, I think, is looking like it's going to be a victory, maybe? He's going to lose floor 4. And the arrow will be enough. Good. Okay, so Opus has got himself his KO. So 1 reset, but managed to get... It was quite an early reset, I feel, so not too much time lost. Goon Kid for the 3rd time.
More Goon Kids! All the Goon Kids.
Goon Kid. There's not enough Goon Kid. I'm not... come on, guys. Don't let me down now. Goon Kid. So our players then make their way to and here in Windia they will be doing a couple of things, advancing story plot, and I think they should be picking up the charm locket as well.
Yeah, so I just saw Penguin get the level 3 bombs.
Okay, cool. Yeah, went to go get the bombs now. Okay, cool. And then he doesn't get the charm locket. Okay, you see the Sylverfyre did. The charm locket's really important because the Cupid locket rather, it gives you immunity to confusion, silence, and blind, which is really, really good. Just kind of minimizing the amount of, for lack of a better word, BS that you have to deal with. Because if you've got one party member who's going to be taking some shots, nice that you don't get blinded, that you don't get silenced, that you don't get confused, because it just gives you that extra turn.
Well, he might be waiting because it is a little less important on Mount Gale than it is in Pazuzu's Tower. At the beholders in Pazuzu's Tower are usually the biggest culprits of blinding you. The monsters on Mount Gale, not so much.
No, yeah, blind is not really a thing that happens, nor really too much silencing or anything like that, but my personal preference is just to always pick it up on my first visit, because you spend a bit more time on the right hand side when you come back into time. So yeah, I don't know.
He got it.
I just do.
He got it before the bombs.
You get it before the bombs, yeah. Because you're on the left hand side. Maybe PenguinNinja did get it and I just missed it completely. Is that what happened?
Yes.
Oh, did he get it? He's saying he did get it, and
he got it before the bombs.
I was not looking. I'm the worst person in the world. Thanks for reminding me.
You are not the worst person in the world, please.
Definitely up there. Couch is just putting in those finishing touches. It literally looks like finishing touch, doesn't it? On his Ghidra.
Yeah, it's a second to last phase.
Final deterioration mode activated. There it is. So Meteor's really handy for Mount Gale. Just it's AoE, it's wizard, and wizard spells are just brutal. They're so good. And it allows us, if you go into this with just arrow, you can't get as many one turns, if any at all, because it allows you to burst down one enemy with the lady, with the lady Kaylee, and then Lord Benjamin can just finish off with a double meteor.
Yeah, the only problem is you gotta keep track of it because, like I said before, he's only really got 4 charges, so if he runs out and you run into the next battle, whoops.
We want to keep count. Okay, that is a down Syl. Kaylee by herself goes for the single arrow. Born in a world of strife, against the odds, and choose to arrow. Blossom dance. Sorry, wrong game. Completely wrong game. So yeah, being able to keep track of your wizard and black count is yeah, one of those kind of things that you learn with more experience. And I mean, you might be one of those people who just turn the game on and just understand all that and just pick it up. But it's one of those things that you do want to make sure that you have down. It's also why we go for you use arrow with Kaylee and exit with Benjamin against Ghidra, which Couch has just finished, and we had our final Goon Kid of the day. Is because then you don't waste an extra charge of arrow. So here we go. So the meteor on the 2, Dullahan on a headless man on a headless horse. So what you can do here, which I'm looking at Penguin not doing, is you can cast heal on Dullahan. You get a wonderful little animation of a little imp with a fork, and he gives him a little pokey in the belly, the horse, and you can basically cast. You can basically like sleep him or put him, or stop him, stun him from doing anything, paralyze, that kind of stuff. So you get 3 turns. But you have to recast it all the time. So you're only really having one source of damage output, when it's probably a better idea to just kind of brute force it, and then every now and then have to use a Kaylee to heal. What is nice is that Kaylee tends to go after tends to go after now and then Dullahan as well. So also Dullahan is faster than Benjamin, as we know. So you can sometimes get lucky where Dullahan will kill off Benjamin, then you revive him, and Benjamin still gets his turn off, which is quite nice. A lot of games out there. Nice Doom Dance! Yay! Good job, Dullahan.
At least it was on Ben.
Yeah. Gosh, yeah. Could you imagine? Because we don't pick up life, as our RPGC said earlier. So if your life in character dies, then press that reset button.
But you can see the heal strats on Opus' stream, and that was actually the first time I knew about that when I saw him race the other day. I did not know that was a thing you could do. In all honesty, Kaylee does, she does about 700 damage regardless of whether you use arrow or her axe. And so she's not the biggest damage dealer in this particular battle, so having the opportunity to maybe paralyze Dullahan, keep him from doing those stupid doom dances is not the worst idea.
No, definitely not. But, if you do get lucky with Dullahan, it's one of those things that having that... Ooh! Okay, lucky. Having that potential just to kind of have a more consistent stream of damage and get lucky is obviously faster than just playing it safe. But, playing it safe is to be respected in a race like this. But yeah, Opus taking the lead again on Sylverfyre as he's got Dullahan down a further stage of deterioration as PenguinNinja enters.
Oh, he left her on auto and she stupidly used arrow instead of her axe. Kelly is really sweet, but she's not the smartest person sometimes.
Oh, nice big crit there onto Silver. But yeah, so Opus has actually now taken the lead with a nice clean fight against Dullahan, using the heal strats, and it working out for him very, very nicely.
Right. So now that we're in Pazuzu's Tower, we can talk a little bit more about the floors here. So the floors have varying levels of speed in terms of how quickly it allows you to go through the tower. As we're going up the tower, we're basically only going up the odd floors 1, 3, 5, and then up to the roof on 7. We automatically encounter Pazuzu on the 3rd floor because the 3rd floor where he is wide open. There's no need for us to go through fights on the 1st floor to waste the time of those fights. And then we pray and hope to God that Pazuzu is on the 6th floor because it is the fastest of all the floors by a lot.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think the order of it is 6, 1, 4, 3, 2. Sorry, 6, 1, 5, 3, 4, 2.
4, 2.
Yeah, 4, 2. So one is actually, even though one's at the very, very bottom, you can get past a lot of enemies to actually get there. So when we say what floor he's on, you speak to him on floor 3, and then he just hoofs it out of there. You have to find me first, and off he goes. It's like, all right, Skeletor. So you then have to basically you'll find on a variety of floors these little levers, and you hit the lever or lever, however you want to say the word, and with the axe, and it basically stops the elevator. There's like an elevator that he's using to go onto the different floors. So what you're doing is you're hitting the levers to lock him onto a floor as soon as you find him. As we say, floor 6, if he's on it, the button's just in front of him, you hit the switch, you fight him, immediately done. If he goes to floor 2, the reason that's the worst is because we have to go to first of all, go to all the other floors to lock him onto floor 2, and then we actually have to make our way to floor 2. The amount of fights that it takes to do that is just... It's not even a joke. I'm not even going to joke about it. It makes me cry.
It's not even the end of it there, because once you get him on floor 2, once you speak to him after flipping the switch, you have to then coerce him up to floor 3, trap him there, and then go up to floor 3 to get to him.
Yeah, which it's just that added level of just.
Yeah, if you ever look at Magus's speedrun guide for this, which is the main speed guide right now, even though other people have been generously working on other ones, he actually says if you see Pazuzu on floor 2, you can feel free to cry and curse all you want.
Yeah, you have absolutely full reign, and I appreciate anyone who's feels like they need to just let it all out, because it's legitimate. It's completely legitimate. You know, and that's kind of one of the questions people ask about something like this as a run, as a kind of tournament thing. Is like, will it all just come down to Pazuzu? And you know, there's a big case for it being so. It's the biggest bit of RNG and the biggest swing in time save versus time lost in the entire video game, and it literally is about 12 minutes. The difference between floor 6 and 2, sometimes I think it's about 12 minutes. It's absolutely massive.
Yeah, it's a long time. I think for the better runners, it's more of like 10 minutes. But if you're still inexperienced like me, yeah, it's more like 12 minutes.
It's just dang, dude.
And we have had a million different people trying a million different things to try to completely skip this tower, and unfortunately nothing has worked. But we seem to be finding a little bit lately that the frame in which you speak to Pazuzu on seems to be affecting where he ends up a bit.
Yeah, people have kind of like gone for particular setups, like they'll you know, they'll throw out a sword swing or two before they speak to him, just to try and find some kind of formulation. Try and kind of come to a conclusion about exactly how they can manipulate where he lands. If anyone does find out about a floor 6 manipulation, let us know. That's 1-800-HELP us please. 1-800 help us please.
And that's beyond your own personal luck, please.
Yeah. You have to make sure it works. There is a $4 million bounty out for the floor 6 manipulation. Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, all coming out of Bowie's pocket.
Yeah, that's a good one. You're a funny girl.
Oh, goodness. So, I believe PenguinNinja and sylverfyre are both in what we affectionately term the hellway of this game. These manticores suck. They're terrible. Oh no, he's not. But I think PenguinNinja might be. But they are just absolutely freaking awful. They are very quick to kill your party, and most of the time we recommend healing in between each of one of these battles in the hellway, just because they can be so deadly.
Yep. So you can life them to kill them. That's nice. You can exit them. But life can miss, as it just did there. Good timing. And you'll just see Benjamin is going to get ram shafted. Yep, there we go. So we've got a solo Kaylee taking them all on. They can also auto stone as well, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so, yes.
Yeah. And what's really annoying as well is that life always resets back down to the player characters. It's not up, like you know, because like magic, it was always up there targeting the enemies. Life, you have to retarget, which isn't that big a deal really, but it's just an extra input that you don't want to have to do, you know. So Penguin is on the 7th floor now. Couch is, I think, going up the first hallway up to 3. sylverfyre is in. He's the next hallway should be his hellway.
Yes.
And Opus is, I think, in it now.
Either that or he's in the fight just before the chimeras.
Great. Great. Really great. Oh yeah, and you still have like another 5 or 6 fights to do on. Yeah, there we go. Couch has spoken to his Pazuzu. Remember, guys, do make sure to prepare your baby rages and or your pog champs. If it's floor 6, it's pog champ. If it's not floor 6, we baby rage. It's allowed. It's the rules. It's how it all goes. If this hasn't been happening before in previous races, I'm disappointed in all of you. Yes, you.
Hey, excuse me. We did pog champs for the last time.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to that guy. Clearly. Yes, you. No, don't look away. You. Exactly. I was talking to you. Sorry. I apologise for them, RPGC. Please continue.
Feels bad, man.
Oops, sorry about that guy.
There we go. sylverfyre is in his hellway, and Opus was in his hellway, so Opus has taken the lead here.
I'm putting on my bandana now. It's been so hot that I had to go for a little while.
Serious. I was gonna say it's serious business. Bo's putting his bandana back on.
The sweat somehow. I'm absolutely sweltering. It's absolutely beaten. Cool. Yeah, you get the nice, lovely background on the top floor of Pazuzu's tower. It's not the ever infuriating brick wall that you see elsewhere. Oh God.
It's okay, ladies and gentlemen. Bo is just delirious from the heat.
I'm just struggling. I'm struggling. Reminder about our players as well, if you're just joining us. We've got Group E for Opus and sylverfyre. If you're looking on the chat, B, Couch, and Penguin. Opus and Penguin won their first games, and this is Couch and sylverfyre's first game of the tournament. So a lot to play for our players. So far, really close between Opus and sylverfyre. Penguin, who we do know has a stronger PB than Couch by a fair margin, is ahead. But Couch really doing a nice job of just kind of keeping on that trail. You know, Penguin slowly pushing away as the game gets a bit more complex in his experience with the game, and we'll start to let him run away a little bit. Couch is still doing a really nice job so far of just dealing with everything as best he can.
Yeah, but we still have a few things coming up because we don't know where PenguinNinja's Pazuzu is going to be. We don't know how nice Pazuzu is going to be, and there's still the other jerkbirds up.
There is also, if we do need to get to maybe floor 1, which isn't so bad, you know, need to go and get there. Get to him. There's a lot more fights here. There's a lot more RNG here.
Yes.
But we love RNG, don't we? We love RNG. RNG is great. It makes you adapt. It makes you think. It makes you learn. RNG is fantastic. Because, you know, it's about your mastery of a game. The ability to beat the game despite the fact that it's throwing everything at you. Yeah, slowly but surely we're getting over floor 7 and make our way back onto floor 6. Look at that perfectly in sync exits from Couch and Opus there. Beautiful to see.
Yeah, and on floor 6, they are going to pick up the awesome Flare spell, which is going to be your main damage dealing magic for Ben for most of the rest of the game.
Oh yeah. It does, well, at the end, by end game, you'll be doing 2.1k. At this point, I think it does a little bit less than that, like 1900. Can't remember the exact numbers.
On Pazuzu, it does, yeah, more like 1900, and then as you get further on, it does a little bit more damage.
Opus getting double petrified. Ow.
It's double petrified.
Okay, so here we are. Our PenguinNinja on floor 6. He's going to be prepping himself for the baby rage.
You've already predicted he's getting baby rage? How cruel!
No, I'm just saying. Okay, look. Okay, Pazuzu is the only time when pessimism is the right idea. Okay, you think he's going to be on floor 2, and then you're only going to be surprised and happy. Genius.
That's why my split is called Floor 2 Sob.
Good split name. Yeah. My split name is just Quit Now. Well, actually, what is my split name? I don't actually remember. I'm going to open it up and find out. I think it's something, you know, unbelievably witty, like Kapazuzu. Christ. I don't know. It probably is something like that.
What were you thinking?
I was a cool guy. How have you know? It is, it's actually very sensible. Pazuzu's Tower. I'm so original.
I'm all witty. And I have a awesome split name. Not.
Jeez. It's quite sensible, I thought, isn't it? Jeez. Gosh, my Pazuzu is so slow. 26-minute split between Mountain Gale and Pazuzu's Tower.
So now that PenguinNinja does have the flare spell, so a lot of the tactics for the rest of this tower, however long it might be, is if there is a 2 enemy formation, he's going to bust out flare and Kelly's going to defend. If there is a 3 formation without a beholder, then it'll be a single arrow and then a flare. And then the last thing is
Baby rage! Sorry, go ahead.
If if there is a beholder there, then you have to go with pre-flare strats.
Yes. And you'll also notice that now pretty much Penguin's going to be on the... because the flare does just that much damage. It doesn't matter if you're using the claw or not, so we're going to equip the sword just to give ourselves that +5 speed and give us a chance to maybe hopefully out an enemy. Here we go. Opus is getting ready for his baby rage. Sylverfyre still on floor 7, having a bit of a he's on struggle street out there right now, to be honest. So PenguinNinja.
I hate that stupid cure spell.
I hate you. What's wrong with cure? It heals you. Great.
It's not good when the enemies use it on each other.
Of course not. Of course not. Absolutely. Completely agree.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Huh, I didn't know life worked on those Lamia-like looking things.
Yeah, it's a weird one. But just because everyone's so... I mean, LifeWire works on a lot in here, as you see.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, I don't get exactly why. They're not undead creatures, as far as I'm aware. It's just a sorcerer. It's not undead. But yeah, they just have that flag removed. That one.
More baby rage.
Is it more baby rage? I must be a little bit behind. Dang, I might have to refresh. 1 second. Baby rage as well. Dang.
Well, we'll see what Sylverfyre does.
Yeah, so we've got double the baby rage. We want to see some more baby rages, guys.
Oh, nice. So Penguin has a floor 5.
Penguin has a floor 5. That is nice. That is good. That is good. One of the faster ones out of the potential. So. Not the. I mean, it's one's faster, but you know, it's not a forward.
It looks like Opus does too.
Nice. Okay, so different races, but whatever. Sylverfyre. This is where if Couch gets to floor 6, he will suddenly be in this game. He'll actually have the lead if he has a floor. Well, it depends on how quickly he can get there. Okay, Sylverfyre, let's do this. Baby rage! It's not going well. Pazuzu is doing his thing. He's doing his thing.
Oh, Pazuzu.
Floor
How
6
I hate
Pazuzu.
you.
Only for Couch. Oh, the Doom Dance and the Petrify Couch. See, luckily you have the give up no yes feature. Don't accidentally press yes in the middle of your run, please, guys. Because it does just end it. It does just literally ends it.
Right, and there's no saving in this run.
You can't. Oh yeah, you can't save. Yeah, because of the trick glitch. Great. What a good game. Okay. Opus.
But now we have to see where Sylverfyre actually is going to find Pazuzu, because that could make or break this race.
Yeah. If Sylverfyre needs a 1, pretty much. A 5 will keep him even. A 1 will put him in the lead. A 2 would probably end it. He's not got a 5. He's not got a 5. Okay. So it could be 1. If it's a 4 or 2. Well, I mean, the thing is, like we say, 6 is like just so much faster than 5 or anything else. 2 is so much slower than 4 as well. So a 4, whilst it is the second worst, isn't as earth-shatteringly terrible as floor 2.
Right. Oh, so because Pazuzu is on floor 5, all Opus and PenguinNinja have to do is flip the switch here on floor 4. It traps him on floor 5 because we already hit the switch on floor 6, and then they're going to make their way, unfortunately, all the way back up to the roof and around to the other side and back to floor 5. It is a little bit of a trek backwards.
Yeah, but because you've already cleared the way in terms of enemies, you only need to fight more enemies when you actually get to Pazuzu himself. Pretty much. There's like 3 more fights, really. To be done. think it's 3. Could be like 1 or 2 more, but not too many. Sylverfyre hasn't got a 5, as he said. Gonna be going down to floor 4 next, just to check. Good luck, sir. Let's have a look. What has he got?
He's got a Pazuzu! Woohoo!
So floor 4, it's not 2, which is the worst. It is the second worst, granted, it is the second worst, but as we say, 4 is a lot better than 2. He's got to make his way down to floor 3 and lock floor 3 and floor 5's
right.
Lift. Remember how to word, please, Bowie? Oh, having a bit of a stutter, I think, from Sylverfyre's internet again, but there we go.
Couch does not have a floor 6 either! All the baby rage today!
Pazuzu, why? Oh dear. So to catch up, to kind of catch up, what there have been some questions that have kind of been asked that we might be able to clear up. There's an underflow glitch where you can buy 0 seeds, and then you use 1 seed and it underflows it. It has 0, but you can it still has 0 in the inventory, and you can use that 0 seed. It becomes 255. That's how that works. It affects more than that, but that's why they have 99 seeds or more. The way this works is that Pazuzu doesn't just head off to the top. He will pick randomly a floor after you speak to him, and you need to hit these switches to lock him in place. If you just run around and talk to him, he'll just keep going. So you have to lock him in place by hitting the switches. So he'll just pick a floor, and then they'll either be really bad or be really good. So here we go.
The idea is that just whichever floor you originally speak to him on is the only floor except for the roof, which he cannot appear on. So since we speak to him on floor 3, that is the reason why he cannot appear on floor 3, which is why we didn't mention floor 3.
Yes, so it's 61542 is the quality of floor you get. And as RPGC said as well, when you get to Pazuzu, he has to be not a raging Jeb. If he wants to be a Jasper and just beat us up over and over and over again, then he will. Which is, a thing. He has a very very obvious kind of thing here where he has psych shield or shield, whatever you want to call it. That if you use magic on this turn, he will reflect your magic back at you. So this is normally either a turn to A, you use a seed, or B, you want to go physical if you have plenty of wizard casts left. You'll usually attack with Kaylee and seed with Benjamin, just to make sure you have that full magic proc or cast in spell count going into the next section. I cannot word today.
Not only that, but when he does, in the turn where he does remove the Psych Shield, it is a lot safer to have Kaylee use the axe rather than the arrow spell, because there are often times where Kaylee can out-turn Pazuzu, and as Bowie said, if she casts arrow instead of using the axe, he's going to reflect it back at her, and that could be the rip of your battle. So unless you're really feeling brave, it's not the best idea to have Kaylee use arrow in that first round after as he's taking down his Psych Shield. But since Ben is lower level and he's slower, Ben will always use the flare after the fact. Opus is into that battle as well.
Yeah, he's making good progress. Silver just kind of having to clip away all the lifts he needs just to kind of get that going. So he's going to go up to floor 5 now, just kind of lock off the top.
Yeah, Sylverfyre had to fight a couple of extra battles, 2 extra battles, in order to talk to Pazuzu on floor 4 to get him to move up to floor 5.
That is the main thing. What you normally tend to do is if you just because he's on a floor doesn't mean we're going to actually fight him on that floor. It's normally a way for you to just get him to move him to a floor that's easier to get to. Right. If you have been on a floor where you've cleared the enemies out, you don't want to kind of like lock him on floor 4, then go in on floor 4, lock him, move him to floor 5, lock him in there, and then go, because fights can just take a while. So sylverfyre approaching. It looks
like PenguinNinja had a pretty nice fight.
Yeah, he did. He got through that very, very nicely. Opus is finished as well, so he's onto the top, which means that sylverfyre is... if Opus had to reset there, sylverfyre would be in a really good standing. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. We've still got Zoo. We've still got Doom Castle.
Oh, Zoo.
I know. Isn't he funny?
He's the bane of my existence.
Well, I thought you were going to say a very modern colloquial phrase there, and I was about to just weep live on the mic here if you did.
I'm sorry, we Americans don't have as many colloquialisms as you do.
Got a few. Okay, so actually we've just missed the next item glitch. Opus and PenguinNinja 0 have bought hopefully you've used 3 heal potions at this point. You get 3. You would then use, rather than using the heal spell, you'd use the heal potion, so you have a free inventory slot. You'd then buy 0 potions in there, use the 0 potions, and then that will give you all of the next bits of items. Because normally you're meant to go and get the Thunder Rock from elsewhere in the game, bring it back to this old chap here, and he'll open up the Rainbow Road for you. But because we use the item glitch there's the Thunder Rock. Have a little chat. Oh, you got the Thunder Rock. Lovely. Wonderful. I'll go turn on the Rainbow Road for you. Ka-ching! Bosh, done. So that item glitch there, very, very important.
Oh, it looks like Couch also had a floor 4 Pazuzu, so not the worst. Not the worst that could have happened.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. No floor 2s.
I'm a little confused about where he's going, though.
Probably is not sure on how to set up. How to set up the lock.
Just one foolish mistake. It's all good. Now Pazuzu is on 5, and he will go back around like everybody else did and get to his Pazuzu as well.
So it's not a too bad position, which is good. So, yeah. So Couch is obviously doing very, very nicely. No one got too badly destroyed by Pazuzu positioning. And yeah, we're going to make our way towards the final bit. So not only do you get the... Thunder Rock from using that, you also get the crest there to be able to get to this section. We've seen you use the Rainbow Road rock inside that cave on the north of the Rainbow Road, which brings out Captain Mac's ship. I think you need to go and grab Captain Mac's hat from Kaylee first.
Oh, Captain Mac. So my theory, and this has been for a long time, and I came up with it with a friend of mine when I was playing this game as a kid, is that if Captain Mac had remembered his hat,
yes,
the item, then none of this would have happened. It is entirely Captain Mac's fault that you have to go through this game.
Damn it, Captain Mac. You had one job, buddy. One job, Captain Mac. Just look after your hat. Pirates or seamen should always look after their hats. That's the most important thing. A hat is very important to you.
In part of the credits, the hat's mentioned again, and it just stands out to me like that.
Just noticed sylverfyre's beaten Pazuzu, so he is now going to be moving on to the next bit as well. Nice clean fight there. Well, it was cleanish. I mean, I didn't see the whole thing, but from what I saw, it didn't seem like it was going too badly, so that's fine.
No, it didn't look like he had to reset it or anything.
Yeah. So we see Opus and Penguin in their respective races are currently in Captain Mac's ship. Actually, not too difficult. Ruben comes equipped with white, which is the basically holy version of Flare. Just call it holy. And yeah, it's pretty damn good as well. So you're able to kind of like burn through the enemies quite quickly. What you will tend to do if you have the ability, because Flare will take out 2 anyway, is you flare and defend with Ruben. Actually, one thing we haven't really talked about that might be integral to understand why we defend. When you defend, you can choose to defend yourself or defend your teammate. So we have Benjamin using Flare, but then Ruben or our partner would defend Benjamin. So all the attacks are aimed at him would go to Ruben. So we don't have to worry about, unless something like a petrifier or an instant death happens where he can no longer guard, all the attacks would go onto Ruben. So we don't have to worry about our flarer getting one shot. There's Captain Mac. Oh, you found my hat! Marvelous! Yeah.
Kaylee picks up her dad, takes him away. Ruben falls again.
Because he's great. He's a bit ill, isn't he? So we have to take him back to the old inn and be like, look, dude, chill here for a minute. We're going to go and get the best character in the game instead, which is
Phoebe.
Spencer shows up and he's all, hey, bruh. So, and then he leaves again. I can't actually remember what Spencer tells you there and if it's actually important. But
it is. I think he's actually telling you, hey, make sure you go talk to Captain Mac. He's got some important stuff to tell you.
Hey, Phoebe, check out this guy. He falls over all the time. Look, he did it twice. He's falling over. And then you need to go and follow Ruben up to his room and speak to his roommate. The cool macho stats. Yeah. And he said, you can steer my ship by pressing the A button. I've always wondered what, like, if you're in that world and someone goes, yeah, you just have to press the A button and then press left and right. And you're like, what? What?
Don't you know that all of their steering wheels actually look like Super Nintendo controllers?
Love that. Let's go there.
Wasn't that like a thing in Men in Black where the steering wheel turned into an actual like
it was a PS2
PlayStation or Xbox?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Couch is in the paint me like your French birds pose. As we go into Doom Castle, it'll be interesting to see if PenguinNinja and Opus pick up the Aegis Shield. The Aegis Shield is a little bit out of the way here. However, if you pick it up, it does mean petrify immunity for Benjamin.
Yeah. So this is what we were speaking about at the beginning, just during the level forest bone dungeon kind of time. That we may miss some items. Now this is the big item of contention to miss. Now, when I first picked this game up, I remember there was some people who still did get it, and then I'm pretty sure it wasn't Genya who pioneered this, but Genya23 deciding that he would skip the Aegis Shield for good. Just not taking the Aegis Shield and just kind of having to live through the petrify breath that you get from some of the enemies coming up. I will. Looks like Penguin is going to skip the Aegis Shield, and Opus is going to as well. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
nice.
But a certain world record holder will now make fun of you if he sees you going for the Aegis Shield.
Exactly, yeah. So, ever since he adopted the strat himself, he will obviously do that. So, one thing we should say about Skullrus Rex here, miss. Oh my word, Penguin! So, where Flamerus Rex, despite being able to be healed by holy stuff and took damage from holy, he had the boss flag on that you can't life him. Skullrus Rex doesn't have the boss flag on for some reason, so you can life him and you can also exit him. So Skullrus Rex can be lifed in one shot, 10k HP down the drain. GG. That's the first part of Doom Castle, which is
right.
Amazing.
And every part of Doom Castle is meant, of course, to mimic part of one of the main boss areas from the older part of the game. So the first part was like the Bone Dungeon, this part is like the Pyramid, the next part will be some strange hot lava area I've never seen before.
I'm pretty sure, what, Lava Dome? Does that? No, don't. Yeah.
The game is just throwing in stuff that I've never seen before. I think it's very unfair.
Double doom dance on Penguin. He's getting doomed. He's having a great day, isn't he, old Penguin?
Oh boy. And this pyramid area, unless you know it pretty well, can actually be a little bit confusing. So you have to go around, of course, hitting some of the doors open, and if you go the wrong way first, you get stuck. So it is extremely helpful to know your way around this place.
Yeah.
Because there is a very specific order you have to go in.
Yes, indeed. And this is where our player utilise the Dragon Claw to shifty their way around. Nice and quick like. We'll go to the right-hand side first. Get out the sword and give it a little pokey. There we go.
Complete with that sound effect.
Yeah. Can you imagine? What a sound effect to have in your game. We need a button-like press sound. Perfect. That's it. That's it right there. What's actually nice about this place is for some reason you get these squids and they're crazy weak. So because they're so slow and it drags down the average speed of the enemy's party, you actually get a lot of strike firsts against them, so you don't have to worry about being too slow. And the same against these crabs as well. You'll get this first because of their level being so low compared to yours at this point, because Phoebe's a monster and you're now level 20.
Right. And at this point in the game, it really is good to get through the entirety of Doom Castle and not be higher than level 22. Because that is going to interfere with an end game glitch. And it looks like Sylverfyre is also skipping the shield.
Nice. See, now in this situation, you have to kind of like consider. I got floor 4. It wasn't the best floor. I have to go all out. You know, maybe he wanted to take because he's got a bit of a slower run than Opus. I think he's got a 2:14, I want to say. 2:14? Yeah, 2:14. So you know, not on those kind of like really just yet. So maybe it is a bit more comfortable with the Jaeger shield, but it's thinking, look, I want to win this race. I've got to go all out. You know, let's get the Jaeger shield and go for it. But will it work for him? Find out on the next exciting episode of FFMQ AT.
AT?
Any percent tournament.
Oh, okay. Wouldn't that be like APT?
Maybe. Apt. Apt. Anyway, the stone golem, just like Skullrush Rex, decides that he doesn't want to have a boss flag on his. Oh, great! There's another Doom vision. Okay, petrify and/or Doom on floor 4. Fine, we're free.
And you keep saying floor 4.
It's because his name's floor. He's named his character floor 4. Opus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the stone golem doesn't have any boss flag on him, so you can just exit him away and bye. It's gone. It's gone.
Unfortunately, we can't do that with the other remaining bosses in here.
No, that's the last one that has the boss flag missing. They thought it, you know, good. Let's put the boss flag on these enemies. We've given them an easy way out.
Right, so now we're in this weird place we've never seen before, game being extremely unfair, throwing in things.
What do you mean 4 locations? There were 3, right?
Exactly.
Pyramid, Bone Dungeon. I have no idea what this game's doing.
Game is throwing surprise monsters at us and trying to destroy us.
So yeah, we've got, this is two different two-way races. So you've got Opus versus Sylverfyre in Group E at the top, and below in Group B, Couch and PenguinNinja. Couch _23.
And I think that because PenguinNinja and Couch's group only has 3 people in it, I believe this will be PenguinNinja's last race before the brackets as well. So if he wins here, he's guaranteed to move on.
Pretty good. If you do go, well, it will be a case of if both you and your opponent go 1-on-1. If there is a tie, it will come down to the lowest total time between your two runs, I believe.
Well, yes, but apparently there are 2 people moving on from each of the groups. It'll be the top winner and then the person with the fastest time. I guess assuming that that is not, I guess, the person after the top winner, if that's also the same person. Like, it's going to be for my group.
Yeah. Could you imagine though, if like, you know, you had lost 2, but you had but the other person, their other win was so diabolically bad that you actually had the lower total race time, and then you lost.
Yeah, well, luckily for the groups of 3, because there's quite a few of them, we're allowed to have like a 1 run for speed, basically, to post a best time. If we so choose. It's not mandatory, but if we so choose. But for the groups of 4, it'll just work winner and then fastest time.
Okay, so we've got our first place position in both our races. Opus Penguin approaching the twin head Hydra. Or the twin head Wyvern.
Twin head Wyvern.
Yeah, the twin head Wyvern. Wyvern, that's a Y, B-U-R-N. The twin head Wyvern, 15,000 HP, so a lot more, a big step up from the Skull Wrist and Stone, and an extra 50% of HP. Again, it's weak to actually wind, ice, and thunder. So we'll probably be using. I mean, we'll probably have Benjamin swap away from Flare and actually start using Arrow. Flare to get rid of the enemies, but Arrow Arrow and White usually is a combination. Or Meteor actually has a good point. Meteor as well.
Right, but the animation for Meteor is a little bit slower than the animation for Arrow.
Yeah, it's just I think Meteor does a touch more damage.
Then the worst thing about this fight is that neither of your characters have fire resistance because we never went to a fire area. It was never necessary. But I believe as soon as the first head gets chopped off, he stops casting the fire breath.
Yeah, the AI changes, yeah.
I'm so proud. I actually know stuff about this game now.
How would you've learnt the run? You know stuff about this game, of course you do.
Yeah, but, you know, starting to learn the subtle nuances like that is kind of nice as well. I did not know that until a few days ago.
Well, we have these tournaments so everyone can grow together in Mystic Quest goodness. Look at that happy snowman. Shout outs to Couch for throwing out snowman there.
Yeah, it really is nice to watch these matches, regardless of how it happens, whether through commentary or just to watch them, because you actually can learn a lot of strats from watching other people, especially the more experienced players.
Yeah, and that thing as I said is like, you know, menuing is important, knowing where you're supposed to be going to get what you need. But then that kind of translates itself into battle by when you see a formation, knowing exactly what is the best option to get rid of them. Even if it is a hit and hope style, you know, some fights can't be one-turned unless you have a hit and hope scenario. So
Opus just got his BB killed.
Dang, dude. And that was the beginning of this fight, and it's another reset for him. Sylverfyre having his chance to come in.
Catch up a little bit.
Yeah, as PenguinNinja moves on to the 6th floor of floor 6 for Zoo. Moves on to the 6th floor of the Doom Castle. Doom Tower, please.
The Tower of Doom.
Doom Dance. Doom Dance Castle. Jeez.
Oh my goodness. But this floor, like Pazuzu's tower, is meant to be mazy, annoying, and confusing. And of course, unlike Pazuzu's tower, but of course to add extra trolling, you can fall off the lower level part of this floor.
Completely.
I have not done that yet.
You got to be very careful. It'll happen once and you'll realize. Okay, so we're seeing Couch just kind of making his way through the main section. He was saying he made a one wrong turn or forgot one particular button, so had to go back and get it. so lost a little bit of time there, but that's okay.
Yeah, but if he keeps going at the pace he's going, it looks like he's probably going to PB here.
Yeah, I mean, his as I said, his PB he told me was 2:45, so he's got a good like 42 minutes to play with here. Depending on how quickly the next few floors can go, I wouldn't be surprised to see a 2:30 or a sub 2:30.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Be great, a good, and I mean, it was his first run he did, so we always love the second run. RPG speed runs, the second run is the run you live for.
Yep.
Just, oh, it's the best. Absolute best. You're getting like a, you run like a 6-hour game and you get an hour PB and you're like, oh, what a PB. Superficial but fun.
And then it becomes about grinding it down and grinding it down.
Yeah, and then it becomes less fun, where it's like, I've lost 15 seconds, I can't PB anymore. Dang.
Sad face.
Yeah. Got the death dance. Gonna go for the single fire, I think. Okay. Okay, we're still good. We're still good. The fire Opus is fine. Sylverfyre takes down his twin head wyvern.
Nice.
Will make his way to the final floor of Doom Castle. The penultimate floor of Doom Castle.
Right, and then PenguinNinja is very quickly closing in on the fight.
Confusion for Couch for his Phoebe. I think he's just gonna throw it away. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll reset that one.
Yeah, it's very harsh.
Yeah.
The Cerberus dogs are really not very fun most of the time. And I actually think if you actually have played the casual version or do 100% and you fight their palette swap versions, I think they look like little chocolate cakes.
Little chocolate cakes?
They do! They're outside, like, their overworld sprite looks like a little chocolate cake. I dare you to go and take a look at it and then unsee that little chocolate cake.
The outside sprites, yeah.
Oh man, getting these double chimeras in the battle is really kind of brutal because of things like how many status effects they have.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so...
And now it's all going to come down to how Za is going to treat our racers.
Za.
Hey, you can call him Zoo if you want. I'm going to keep calling him Za.
Za, dude. So this guy sucks. Basically, to put it simply, he sucks. He's got Doom Dance, he's got one bugged move, which is the move you want to see, and he can also hit you for like, I don't know, a year's worth of damage.
Not to mention that he comes with two of the worst freaking mini-boss revamp characters, with the freaking chimeras that can do all the status effects, with the Thanatos that can doom dance you, and it's a terrible, terrible fight to have before the last one.
So that was good, just kind of just sacrificing Benjamin there. Psych Shield being used just to cure up Phoebe. That was lucky that was Psych Shield. Again, Psych Shield should do more damage, but it only does one to both players, and that's it. Yeah, it's just bugged out, unfortunately. So here
I don't know
again,
how unfortunate that is.
well, for Zhu, you know, he's like, ha ha ha, I've got you now! Psych Shield! Oh.
Use his actual Psych Shield with the wings much sooner and fewer turns in between than Pazuzu did.
Yeah. You're kind of lucky in the regard that if you actually even if you don't know he's going to use it, he will use it normally after your turns. And Phoebe is doom danced.
Oh
Penguin
no!
Ninja has a big ol' reset coming his way. We think, we hope. Maybe
not.
He could get really lucky. Nope.
He was in the last phase.
He was having a little lie down. But no, we get destroyed. The critical hit. Oh, crikey, look at that. Critical hit.
Wow.
2 damage.
Chat is getting ready with their death counters.
We've got the death counter. 1. Nice. As Couch now encounters the twin herd wyvern, so actually, you know, as many deaths as there are for Penguin, Couch will be catching up. Kaylee just so joke strong with Cure that she just heals herself fully, even though she's splitting the heal between two. And now we have Opus approaching you as sylverfyre is making his way back to the top side on the northeast side of the room.
Yeah, he's only 2 fights away though.
Yeah, it's very, very close.
Since the way those stairs are positioned over there, we can skip that Cerberus fight.
Yeah. It's a nice little skip.
Gally.
That's a Kaylee.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So silly.
Cool. Thanks.
It's also nice that Flare does a lot more damage here.
Yeah, it is. Obviously, throwing on that Dragon's Claw just to get a little bit more mileage out of it. Which is good.
Yeah, it is possible if you really whack them good, you can totally skip that that last phase.
Like that. So, 1 death. Penguin Ninja has defeated the bird and is looking for a victory now. So, the ending is pretty straightforward. So, we're talking about different setups. Level 21, level 22. Any higher than that, and it kind of changes based on your magic value. So, the final boss, Dark King, also has a bug in him where he's really, really allergic to first aid. I just don't know. He's one of the, I don't know. Just if he's near it, he just, you know, completely shuts down. Why has he forgot to speak to the statue penguin?
I've done that.
Go, bruh. Trying to make some serious time save. Will Opus get this? Doom dance! He survived! Healing! Opus! Opus! Flare! Oh! Damn, dude.
Oh no!
No, thank you. Oh.
Oh!
He got through! Oh, okay, very nice, Opus.
Oh, snap.
Very nice. So you can see we just cured the Dark King, cured him for 23,000 damage. Not health, we didn't heal him back, we damaged him by that much. So we damaged him by 23,000, then cure again to heal him by 13,000, and then we cure him again to basically take off the rest of his health. And that basically completely and utterly obliterates him. Boom! Gonna go for a cheeky heal defend. I think so.
Wow.
And time for Penguin Ninja of a 2:12.19. Very good time for him. Good job, Penguin Ninja.
And the official SRL is going to be 2:12.24.
2:24. Very, very nice. That is a GG for Penguin Ninja. Solid effort from him. And Opus and sylverfyre very, very close. Meaning that Opus has pretty much got this now as he goes in. And he's level 22 as well. So you'll see also that he's not equipping the Magic Claw. If he had equipped the Dragon's Claw, the magic would be increased so much it would actually not do the bug the same way. So we have to unequip the Magic Claw to make sure that that happens. Okay, we've got a paralyzed floor 4. That's actually pretty bad.
Oh no. Yeah, unfortunately, the Dark King can still throw you a little bit.
I believe if it's level 21, you can do what is it? It's cure something and then defend, cure. can't remember where it is. At 21s, there's like you don't have to use just cures. You can attack with something else, like cure white, cure, or cure defend, cure.
Well, I know at 23 you have to attack once with Phoebe to get it to work properly.
Yeah, it was probably 23. I'm thinking of.
Yeah, because with 21 you can still do the cure defend stuff.
Yeah, but we're seeing an extra form here. I find he shouldn't go. You should be able to do it in a way that kind of like not having to heal him like that. I seem to recall the one being one where you can just blitz him down.
I'm not sure of that one.
Hello, commentary team.
Hello.
Hello. How are you after that?
He's ready for
an okay run. It was actually upsetting. The wintry cave was a pain. The tree wasn't super great. I'm not super in love with the 212 on the floor 5, but a win's a win, I guess. So
yeah, you did well.
Finished with a 214-12.
For Opus, yeah, good run from him as well, taking that victory as Sylverfyre is still working away at Zoo. We'll probably get Opus in here at some point as well. We can talk you guys through your runs. Was there kind of like anything you think that went really, really well though, Ninja? Penguin, Ninja, Penguin, Ninja. Is there anyone that you kind of really enjoyed? Thought that was quite good.
I thought actually Ice Pyramid went super well after what happened with Wintry Cave. Like I had to emergency dupe another seed because I had to burn one because I got confused in the first Centaur fight and had to burn like 2 Thunders and a Quake and run from the fight and still had to do it over again. It was real nasty. But then I got most of it back in Ice Pyramid, and then I thought Mount Gale was fine. I got super unlucky with a bunch of like Doom Stones in like the Skull Rex, and then a couple of Shadows just decided they wanted to double dunk for some reason. It was kind of ridiculous. But... yeah,
there was some shenanigans going on at various parts of Doom Castle for you, unfortunately. Obviously, just the one death on Zoo, though. I mean, I think that's a victory in itself.
Yeah,
now
that was pretty good. That's one of the few fights that I actually keep a mental counter for because he's at 20,000 HP and both spells do 2k, so you just gotta count to 10. And he dunked Phoebe at like 7, and I was like, well, I'm probably not gonna make it, but we'll see. And then he sky attacked. I was like, yeah, we're done here.
Yeah. Good
Unfortunately, right now, Sylverfyre does not seem to be having a lot of luck with them.
Yeah, currently, I think he's had. I think he's on his 3rd reset now, I believe. Because I think Opus was the first timer with his Zoo. We're up to 6. That's a lot of deaths.
I think it's 6 in total between all 3 of them.
But I think Opus was the first timer, wasn't he? Or did he get one? No, he got one reset. I think.
He got one, yeah.
The Penguin got one as well. So it's 4 resets for Silver on Zoo. Yeah, Opus also got the Opus had to reset Dark King, unfortunately, as well because of the paralyze on his Benjamin, kind of affecting that, unfortunately, a little bit. But,
the Aegis Shield also prevent paralyze, or no?
Yeah, it does. It's like the only reason. Like that's the reason you want to get Aegis. It's not for Stone, it's for Paralyze. Paralyze is a more like annoying detriment to have because you don't want to waste the turn to heal it. Like, with Stone, you're like, okay, I gotta heal it. But with Paralyze, you're like, maybe Benjamin comes out of it? Like,
yeah, he never comes out of it.
He's not that good. He's not that good. But no, it was yeah, we were kind of like, it was nice to see that everyone was kind of really just going for it as well. Like no one's kind of gone safety straps. I think the biggest one we've seen is perhaps, I'd say like the kind of biggest safety strat around is Sylverfyre just gonna play around a little bit there. I think he's done. Deciding to kind of like Opus decided to go for the heal strats on Delahan, and seeing obviously you Penguin just going straight for it, not worrying too much about heal, but just putting out a bit more damage rather than kind of going for the safety, which obviously in the long run or if you have the better luck is obviously the optimal way to go.
Yeah, I've been back and forth on that strat a lot. I've like some days you hit the paralyze right away and it's a super quick fight, and sometimes like she casts heal like 6 times and doesn't do anything. You're like, that's like 2,800 some odd damage that I've just given away because I've decided not to do anything except try this, right? So.
Which is true.
But, I mean, when it works, it's real nice. Makes that fight like low risk and super straightforward, but you can't rely on it.
Yeah, but at least it's something different if you get really frustrated by the millions of Doom dances that Delahan can do to you.
So we got the cure, defend, cure, and then cure, defend again. Ooh, good. So Phoebe survived that one. She'll cure to bring him into his second form, and obviously the beefcake Big Daddy cure from Benjamin will again knock him down to his next form, and then finish him off. As Couch has now started the zoo fight, so at this point, if he manages to get a quick kill on this, we're looking at definitely a sub 230 and a very strong PB for Couch.
Yeah, well, I think pretty much regardless, he's gonna PB here. And it looks like sylverfyre has an official SRL time. Where is it? Of 2:19:26.
2:19:26, not bad.
With a comment that this is a video game.
It is indeed. What would you say about that, Penguin? Does that sound about right?
The game is gonna do what the game wants to do, and sometimes you're just along for the ride. Like, well, sometimes. I mean, he's just gonna dunk, he's just gonna doom dance, and I'm just, I'm a victim. That's cool.
Yes, yeah. Am I playing the game, or is the game playing me? Thinking, okay, so this is Couch just having to go for it at this point. We've got Fuzu in his final form. One hit. Casts flare.
Oh no!
There was no psych shield. No.
Oh.
Of course you can, Opus, and you can. Look at this guy. May I please come in? Get in here, baby. Hello, Opus.
Hey, guys.
Welcome.
Congrats, Opus.
Thank you.
You won your race with about only 5 minutes between you, so very, very close game.
Yeah, it was close. Was it close for like most of the time? I assume so, because like I did terrible in the beginning because I YOLO'd too hard.
Yeah, you guys alternated leads for quite a while at the beginning.
Yeah, it was neck and neck for a lot of it. There was a lot of back and forth, as we say. And then basically the thing that gave you started to give you a bit more of a lead was the floor 5 versus floor 4 that sylverfyre got. It wasn't a 2, but it was a 4. But even then, it was only maybe about 3 minutes between you. And then the gulf kind of opened in Doom Castle because he had a few resets on ZU, let's say.
Gotcha.
So it was really, really close. It wasn't. I wouldn't say that Pazuzu was the thing that actually was the difference between your 2 runs.
Yeah.
But it was really back and forth for a lot of it, and loads of nice elements in both runs from pair of you. So, anything you think went really, really well for you, or a bit that you were kind of actually kind of happy that it went the way it did?
Honestly, I think a lot of my menuing got better as I got to the tree. I don't know, it just seemed I was going faster with all my decisions. And yeah, that last fight was insane. I'm glad the Dullahan worked out too.
Yeah, we saw you go for the hill strats, yeah.
Charge! So...
You gotta go for it sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, I know it's not safe, but like, I don't know, YOLO. I just how I play this game, I guess. As you can see from every other boss.
But no, it was a victory, so that's well done. So you won your first game as well, so your pool is a pool of 4. So you've won 2 games now, so you got 1 more for that guaranteed bracket. Who did you play in your first game? Was it Magius you played or F. Coughlin?
Yeah, Magius.
Magius. So you got F. Coughlin next.
Yes.
So good luck in your final run.
Thank you.
Obviously.
And Couch is through Zoo, so he's only got the Dark King to go. He's definitely looking awesome here.
Awesome.
Should be a
Actually, I
good
was gonna say-
225, I think. He doesn't get unlucky with the fight.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, I think a minute 40 King is definitely possible. That would be really, really good. That would be over 20-minute PB if he gets that.
Yep.
So let us be on the lookout for some PB hype, let's say. I was going to say Opus, but I forgot
Benjamin's
what it
the
was.
best character in the game.
Pardon, sorry?
Benjamin's the best character in the game.
Pretty beast.
My heart raced so hard at the zoo fight. It was
Oh my
unbelievable.
god, we were watching that.
One
Oh
last
my
minute.
god, that last minute clutch, man. That was awesome.
I was like, oh no, my heart was pounding. It was insane.
For you. This is looking good. Let's get some excitement going for Mr. Couch, who will get himself a very, very, very chunky PB.
The couch has got paralyzed right now.
Oh, dang. Oh, he's free? He's free?
Oh, okay. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Freed of it. Oh, kaboom. You have to do this again. Yeah, he had to do the heal again because I don't think he did enough damage. Oh, he's on the... Okay, having a sword on is interesting.
Yeah.
Healing. Oh dear. Okay, I think we're off kilter now. There's the damage, but it's not enough.
Gonna have to be done once more, I think.
Oh, spider's coming out. That's a dead Phoebe. It's a big heal. That's a 23,000. This is not looking good. I think he's got to reset this one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. It's okay. It's okay.
He's still gonna
Still a
get an
solid-
awesome
still-
PB.
Don't say that, but if we don't know, could you imagine? Just the worst Dark King trolling ever. Just nothing but paralysis for like 20 minutes. That would be awful. It's not going to happen. The game's not that harsh. Okay.
Is this still fine?
This is fine. See? There it goes. No more.
He keeps healing with Phoebe a second time, and I think that's the problem.
Oh, right, yeah. Cure defend. Cure defend.
Yeah.
Cure defend with Phoebe. Oh, he's going to go for white. Alright, that's interesting.
Oh, he's gonna try to switch around the flow a bit.
Yeah, this is... I think he just needs to remember that he needs cure defend, then the double cure, and then cure defend again.
Right.
I get the feeling like the paralysis is taking him out of his flow. Like, I think he would just come to that realization if he didn't watch Benjamin get paralyzed every time it's the second round, and it's just...
Yeah.
it's throwing him
Yeah.
off.
Because he's thinking, I've got to go out, I've got to go and do as much. May not be the case.
Yep, there we go.
Is done. GG.
GG.
2:27.12 on the timer, but what's the official race time, Miss RPGC?
I'm still waiting for him to done.
He can't dot done, he said. Jay said in chat, can't dot done.
He's coming to do it now. There we go. So
Okay.
2:28 on the dot.
No worries. Excellent. And that's a 18-minute PB in terms of RTA for him, which was really, really good. So a
Hey, that
fantastic
is
run
freaking awesome.
from him. So congratulations to Couch for the PB. Penguin does take the race, which does mean that is you 2-0, I believe, so far. That means you're through to the bracket set.
Yeah,
the bracket
I'm all set, and I don't even have to put down a time trial time either now because I have the 2 wins. So I'm interested to see how the final match in the group will go, because I think Couch can do even better. I think he's starting to figure it out, and that makes the JC Couch race a lot more interesting. That he put together a 2:27 after a 2:45 first run. So I think he's getting there.
Yeah. Just noticed that the challenge has been updated with the races that have been far. So, you know, we've seen that it's definitely within range. You know, JC's run and Couch's run weren't part as well for the race in terms of what happened. So it'll be interesting to see JC run and race against Couch later. We'll look forward to seeing you in the bracket stages as well, Penguin. Very, very good job today. Then we've got Opus, who I think has won 2. Got 1 more to go for that guaranteed.
It'll be interesting to see what Fred pulls out.
I don't think I've actually seen Fred run this game.
I've seen him run it a few times. He was actually working on an alternate guide, and so he's been working hard.
Good, an alternate guide, eh?
Yes, with pictures and maps and everything.
Oh, handy.
So Couch said it was his second completed run. So that's
Yes, it was.
pretty
Yeah,
good,
he's had a few attempts, but didn't necessarily complete them.
It's pretty cool though, considering that. Yeah, the time he got was pretty good then.
Well, I think that finishes us up here, Mr. Bowie.
Yeah, I think that might be the end of the show for the day. So we do have 2 winners, obviously, in Opus and Penguin. 2 runners up in Silver and Couch. Good double race here. I know it's been perhaps a little bit much to take in if it is your first time watching Mystic Quest and 4 whole screens going on. I hope that our RPGC and I did our best for you guys to get into that, and I hope you enjoyed the races. Congratulations, Penguin. Congratulations, Opus. Do you have anything to say before we head out?
No, I think other than Benjamin's amazing. That's all I got. Thanks
Guys,
for the
make
commentary.
sure you follow
guys.
those runners, okay?
Yeah, you'll find I believe their names are layout are for their twitch.tv channels, so make sure to check them out. They're all really cool.
Mine has a Z at the end, by the way, if anyone's listening.
Oh yeah, the ZC on the end as well. Because
if you are interested in running the game, despite what you saw in terms of the RNG here, the El Magus guide is great. You should all take a look at it. Don't be surprised if your first run is like 3 hours. It's par for the course.
The game does
As we all saw with Couch, the second run can be magical. So don't let the game discourage you. If you want to pick up the game, there's lots of great guides. Everyone in the community is super helpful about trying to help you with what you do in certain formations. So
yeah,
if you're interested, definitely check it out.
The thing about it as well is everyone's humble because no one can win when you play Mystic Quest.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Only Mystic.
Only Mystic Quest.
Yeah. Thank you very, very much, guys. We'll probably leave it there for the day. Stay tuned for more races. The schedule is available. You can obviously check out the challenge to see who's in what groups. You can find out when the races are, and then make sure to catch them live. And we'll see you again soon. Cheers for watching, guys.
Have a good night, everybody.